Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
Good evening, everyone. Loyal followers and viewers of Stone's Live. I'm just waiting for Jake to just be laughing at me the whole time. We have
That's what I'm here for.
we have quite a game tonight. Big game.
Four-card poker.
Four-card hold'em.
It's a real
Four-card
poker
hold'em.
game.
8-16 with a half kill.
Yeah.
This is outrageous.
Lunch.
I couldn't play in this game.
Yeah, you could.
No, I mean I don't have the money. I know how to play Omaha.
That's how you get the money. You gotta, if you need the money, you go up in stakes and you win one hand.
So we've discussed kind of the dynamic of Omaha with you and me, where I go play in Omaha games and you just follow me
I follow
around.
you around like a puppy.
Yeah, it's true. He does. For like free money sign on my head. I have been studying this week, and I was in Vegas for the main event this week, and not to play, to buy Jake, the Survivor winner, in. And I spent some time brushing up on the lingo so I can somewhat sound like I know what I'm talking about in here with our resident Omaha expert. With me, right? Who are you looking for? Jake Rosensteel, right here, right?
Omaha expert.
He is the Omaha expert.
No pressure, right?
No pressure.
No pressure.
It's I mean, when Val's not here, it's you. It defaults to you. So.
Awesome.
Cool. So great lineup tonight. We got starting in seat 1. Rudy R. Awesome player. Tournament, Hold'em, Omaha, he does it all.
First of all, those chips are beautiful. I love the
peach chips.
Peach-colored chips.
And they don't get used a lot, so they're shiny and new and clean.
Yeah, you can actually kiss your chips goodbye.
You can kiss them.
Yeah.
That's the one. Normally we recommend no kissing the chips, but in this game it's okay.
They'll get to kiss peaches every now and then. Rudy in C1. Rudy started with, it says 280. I think Rudy's got a little bit more than that in front of him. It looks like he's got about somewhere around 600, it looks like.
Okay. So remember those peach chips for our viewers at home, those are $2 chips. We don't use them very often, so it might get a little confusing. 8-16, but basically playing like 4 and 8 chips. It's like a 4-8 game.
It's like 4-8, but
Seat 2, that's Bill C, one of our regulars. You see him playing in some of our Stones Live, our bigger games. So we got Bill in the game. Triple D, Dave D, sitting in
Mr.
seat
David
3.
Dillman, Triple D.
Hey, seriously, this guy is a crusher.
No, David's a student in the game, and I love it. I mean, David, he was talking about he was going to go down and play the senior event, or the super seniors. I don't know if he did or not.
Is he old enough, or?
I'm not sure if he's old enough for super seniors,
Right.
but like, what I love about Dave is, like I said, he's still a student of the game. He's still, I mean, just like in poker, is always changing. He's still always trying to get better, and he plays. He's an exceptionally good tournament player, cash game player, and, he's a poker player. He plays Omaha and stud.
This seat 4 is Brendan. He has been on our live stream before on our 8-16 that we had event 6, 8-16 Omaha for Survivor Series.
We did 8-16 Omaha Survivor?
Yeah. Remember, it was like a million chips on the table?
Man, sobriety is a hard thing.
How's it going for you?
I don't
working
know.
out good? You'll also recognize from that same event seat 5. It was actually seat 6, but 5. We're taking out the 5 seat. It's an 8-handed Omaha game. That's Hollywood. He was the runner-up for the Survivor Series for one of the earlier ones.
And then got
in on a later one and was the runner-up.
Ultimately runner-up to Big Jake.
Runner-up to Big Jake. And you can say Big Jake is a tough opponent. You know, no shame there. Hollywood brings a great game, lots of action. A brand new player in seat 7, that's June. June contacted me off of Twitter a couple days ago, said he wanted to get in the game. We got Danny in seat 7, he's new as well, and then Bobby L, who's also from Survivor Series. So there's Survivor Series kind of found some 8-16 players for us.
Every week for the rest of the year.
Okay, so we're getting into the action here, and one thing to remind you at home is your percentages are seen on the screen for the high only. So this is a high-low game. It will be a lot of split pots, but when you're looking at the percentages there, you have to think about the low on your own. Highs are what you're looking at here.
So it looks like Ryan here's going to open up for 2 bets under the gun with the ace 3-5-8. He's got 4 babies and 1 silver performed. Hollywood makes a call of deuce 4-9-6. Danny comes in with king jack 10-7.
Drunk Danny.
Drunk Danny. I love it. Drunk Danny.
Playing the old drunken master style. So it looks like Triple D's going by Double D tonight. He lost 1 D.
Like I said, okay, I had.
You know,
that's okay. You know what?
That they were
2
watching
Ds?
voting, right?
It's good enough.
Better than none.
So I had 2 liars.
All right, so we have 1 mystery hand, and it looks like we have a flop. 10, King 3, Rainbow. Drunk Danny takes the lead here with King 10, 2 pairs.
In multiple actions, very common, 2 players will call up for backboard low draws. In this spot here now, the board, I thought it said that the board pair, no, did not.
But we got a deuce of club on the turn. Drunk Danny's still in the lead. Both Hollywood. Did I see that right? Or our graphics are kind of freaking out. Do we not have a turn?
We do have a turn. The turn did pair. So yeah, the deuce pairs the boards. Now there is no low in this hand, high only. No one's got. I'm sorry, no. Hollywood does have trip deuces.
Triple D is still in there. All right, Jack on the river. Now, one thing that I kind of learned when I was first learning to deal Omaha is when you're looking at the board as an Omaha dealer, you're looking for the nut hands first.
Always.
Because a lot of the time with so many cards in play, those are going to be out there. So if you can spot the nut hand, you don't have to worry about looking for it.
Don't got to worry about, science and the rest.
So let's see, what do we got here? King, Jack, 2 pair? No. Trip deuces should be good, right?
Hollywood folded, looks like. Did Hollywood fold?
It does look like he did. Okay, so Drunk Danny takes down the first pot. King, Jack 10. He actually hit 3 pair. They were talking about a prop bet at the beginning. I don't know if they did it or not.
Something about somehow incorporating 7
pairs? No. Oh, there was something else after.
Oh, 4 pairs.
They said playing 4 pairs. If you show down 4 pairs, then everyone pays you $5 or something.
Yeah, the more prop games they can get going, the better.
It's hard to do, though, right?
Yeah, it is, of course.
I feel like I'm being made fun of.
At least your powers of perception are working.
I gotta go fall back on the terms I've been learning, just so I can sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Just use like
variance. Lots of variance. Yeah, you gotta have the right range and read your players and do your thing.
So we are playing half kill, so this will be playing 12-24.
Oh, he scooped a 120 pot?
Yeah.
These pots, they build up quick at this limit, 8-16. Just absolute insanity. I have to say the live stream has been good about finding a wide range of games.
Absolutely.
Bringing players in from everywhere for it. So here we go. Next hand's out. I like DD's hand. Ace King 4-3. Only 1 suit, but some good low possibilities there.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd rather not have a 3rd diamond in his hand, but
of course,
you take what you can get sometimes.
Variance. All right, we got a gut shot for Double D. No heart draws for anyone. The hearts are on the board, but not in anyone's hands. And the low possibility.
Triple D's got the nut low draw.
Brendan flopping good here with a 9 and a deuce. Get a 5 on the turn.
That gives Triple D the nut low. Also makes...
Nice. He's got a 6 high straight as well. That's
Yeah,
the 1-3 for nut low. Variance. This is my word of the night.
3 on the turn.
Not
Triple D now.
Yeah, he's
still
still good.
with the ace 3-4 there. He's going to spot, 'cause no matter, even if he pairs any of his cards, he's still going to have the nut low at all times.
And he also it's showing Brendan is having the straight, but doesn't Triple D have the same straight with the 3-4 and the 2-4?
Same straight,
They make the same straight now, right? So that's a it's showing the check mark for Brendan is my point, but Double D actually has...
He's going to get 3/4.
Yeah, he has the high tied with Brendan, and then he has that ace-4 for the low.
3/4 for Triple D. Double D.
See?
I'm
doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah, you're doing fine. Yeah, that's what they. Someone puts out in the chat box what we call the uncounterfeitable low. When you have all 3 cards locked up on the low side, even if you pair, you're still gonna have it locked up.
So I want to say hello to everyone in the chat room. I'm looking at it on my phone, so it's kind of small. But Bunky 08 inches is in there. 1011er. My name ain't Earl. My name ain't Earl's in there. Anyways, Bunky 08 inches said that drunk Bunky Danny is an 08 legend. Is that
Really?
true? You know about him then, right?
I
thought you knew all the 08 legends.
I don't know. He's wearing a funny hat. I can't tell.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes sense with the hat on. All right, so chip counts are up there. Looks like Hollywood bought in super deep, starting off 1.5K. That's what I like to see. Lots of chips on the table.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Got a little mountain.
Be right back.
Looks like June's gonna limp in here. The King 4 Deuce Deuce double suited. Bobby and Bill are gonna come along as well. Brennan calls with 6, 7, 8.
Oh my God, Brendan
Wow.
flopping quads.
Brennan calls with an absolute junker in the small blind, being laid an incredible price, and flops quad 6s.
Which is it's a decent hand in Omaha.
It's decent. The downside for him is that there are 2 low cards out there, the ace and the 6, so it's a decent chance that he's gonna end up chopping this pot.
Oh my God.
Good card for him on the turn. He wants to see all big cards.
Yes.
9 comes off. Start pumping up that pot.
Duper scooper, as long as no low comes out. You know, I know it's not possible on this board, but I was just talking with the players. They were asking me, has a jackpot ever hit on the live stream?
I don't think it has. No.
It hasn't, but how
There's
great
low.
would that be? How great would that be?
Bill makes a nut low.
Okay, so we got high-low, and this is kind of the thing about Omaha. I think that some people get a little dismayed at is you can have such a huge, powerful hand like quad 6 is still only scoop out of that. Such is the life of an Omaha player. You have to really be comfortable with sharing.
Well, it's why you go back to when your hand selection in Omaha is so important, and pairs in Omaha really don't mean a whole lot. Big pairs are playable when you make trips or to pair with them in ice. There's not going to be there'll be less low cards on the board, so you have a better chance of scooping the entire pot. When you're playing small and medium pairs, even when you do make a set or a straight like that, there's going to be a low available, so you're often just playing for half the pot anyhow. So, I mean, like I said, 6, 7, 8's a real clunker, but I mean, he's in the small blind, everyone's controlling, he's getting laid a bazillion to 1. Why not try to flop quads?
I think that's a solid strategy, actually. Like, that's how I would play if I was in this game. I'd be trying to flop quads on it.
Yeah.
Why not, right?
Absolutely.
Are you running?
Got so many quad draws, how do I fold?
Let her do her job. No.
We have some fun table talk going on the table. It looks like the players are trying to take over the game, but the dealer is not going to allow it.
That's one of the things in Omaha. Sometimes, as a dealer, it seems like their jobs more often are to keep players from arguing about who's got what high, what low, how much is in what pot, and you're really just kind of like managing the game, managing the players more than the game oftentimes.
You know, I think it's one of those games where everyone feels like they're an expert.
Just ask us.
Just ask. Yeah.
Just ask. Everyone's great.
Mario, all I'm saying, you're the dealer, you're in control of the table, you know what's going on, players know what's going on, and the camera is running.
We got cards coming up, then cards going away.
So that's what I'm telling you.
So, with the RFID cards, the software is very touchy, but the players do know where to set their hands. We should be able to get some good reads on them. Unfortunately, this hand might not be the case.
Looks like Brendan made it 2 bets pre-flop, but checked over to him. He put in a bet on the flop, and Danny's going to check all. We see Danny's hand there, ace-7-3-3 double suited.
Ooh.
Not the worst starting hand. There's Brendan's hand, ace-queen-5-3 with a suit.
Very nice.
6 on the turn gives Brendan the straight with a 5-3. Also, both players make the same ace-3 low.
Okay.
So right now, Brendan is looking at 3/4 of this pot.
Oh, and is that Danny getting away from it and Brendan scooping?
Danny check folds the second nut low.
That's better than 3/4, right? You get the whole pot?
Absolutely. Fat Train in the chat box.
No way. Hi, Fat Train. What's up, buddy? Everyone else in the chat room, we appreciate you joining us. We are at the beautiful and luxurious Stones Gambling Hall in Citrus Heights, California, broadcasting at 8:16 Omaha High-Low Half Kill. Come on down, get on the list. There's tons of other action. Mostly 2-card Omaha games going tonight, but we do have this large 4-card Omaha game. That's why I don't know. You don't remember the Survivor 816 game, but they all bought in for like 6,000 to 10,000 in chips. So, because they're like, oh, there's no limit, there's no max. So they wanted to get votes and show off. And they thought having a lot of chips would help them get votes. So all of a sudden we sat it down, and instantly it's like $40,000 on the table in this 816. Yeah.
Where was I?
Where were you? You should have been here.
I wasn't commentating tonight? I mean, it's Omaha? Who commentated?
I think it was Veronica and Val. I'd have to go and
okay,
look.
there we go.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's either you or Val. If we got an Omaha game, I need you or Val in there. No one else knows what the hell they're talking about.
Brendan makes queens and 8s here, and now makes queens full of 8s.
Damn.
No low.
That's a scooper potentially. Can anything beat him? Nope, that's
No,
the
no,
nut.
no. He's blocking all of it.
Nut ball. Oh,
No, queen jack.
Queen jack.
Queen jack, and that's it.
How do you know every time?
Swiper the Monkey asks when the next big tournament is. You saw put something out on Twitter, kind of polling what event, big event,
Yeah.
special event they want to bring back. What's the consensus? What are we doing?
Well, I was kind of shocked. High Roller got the most votes for what event they wanted to see. Well,
I voted High Roller.
I thought something like Twitter Roll, which was fun and interactive, where we're literally giving money away, would be a huge hit.
We're poker players. We're not smart enough to recognize that.
No.
I know, I'm gonna lose it there.
House like giving away money. No, we don't want that.
They're like, I want to spend $1,100 and have a 10%
blow
shot.
my roll in an event. That's what poker players really want.
You just changed the deal.
Okay, fair enough.
You know you're getting quad 7s right this very.
Sorry for everyone in the chat room. It looks like the entire chat room just got cleared.
Someone hit the wrong button.
Hopefully you guys come back.
Angry
no one was
Pollock.
being bad. It had to be. It had
You know how to play
to
Hold'em?
be. She's so angry.
I blame Veronica. When in doubt, blame V.
So Junebug already has 1 card away from a flush, right? Is that how that works?
He's got everything on lockdown.
All right. God, what a horrible thing to look down at your hand and have all the same suit. Even worse if you had 4 of one kind in there. I was thinking they should do a bet if you table 4 of a kind in your hand that you win something. That would be pretty sweet.
More prop bets, the better. V-Cross Poker in the chat as well. Gotta miss everyone.
What's up, V-Cross? I had a delicious sushi dinner with V-Cross yesterday. It was wonderful. Thank you for pointing that spot out to me. She was reporting in the same room that Jake was playing for the main
awesome.
event. Yeah, so our Survivor winner, Jakey, played day 1B of the main event yesterday, and just so happens V-Cross was in that room. So yeah, we just popped out, grabbed sushi. It's like a 90-minute break for their dinner break. You know, great place. So it had a little table where you like kneel down around it in the middle of the room. It had that table.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because you get to go to sushi. Because Veronica invites people to go to sushi. Val goes to sushi.
Yeah. No, I'm a well-known sushi whore. Yeah.
Val says, I'm twitching with anger. I am. Brendan makes it 2 bets to go. Ace, 9, 6 deuce, double suited.
Yes.
Ace, deuce, and a couple suits working for him. The 9's in there kind of somewhat taints the hand, but I think being double suited with the ace deuce is definitely a hand worth opening.
I always like that when I'm playing Omaha and I see that double suit, high-low possibilities, and then Jake will usually call me with something in the middle, some crap hand that he shouldn't be playing, and he'll snap me right now. Omaha's one of those games that, okay, well, let you just do your thing here, but I love it. I love it. Okay, I don't care that I'm not a winning player at it. It's entertaining for me. I love. It's 4 cards. How can you miss? It's 4 cards.
We should get some
You're
action
gonna be able to
here.
hit something.
Brendan flops a nut low draw and a 9-high flush draw. Rudy, he's got some straight outs as well as a king-high flush draw. We can't see what Hollywood's got, but he makes it 2 bets.
How comfortable are you with the king high flush draw in this game, though? Not really, right? I mean, flushes aren't as strong as in Hold'em.
No.
No, don't worry about 5, baby.
Rudy would really like to see something like he'd definitely love to see a 9 peel off. 3 gives Brendan the nut low.
All right, so he's not going anywhere.
And now he's going to lead out into Hollywood. He's hoping Hollywood's going to make it 2 bets here. And he can just get some chips in the middle.
You know, so having his nut low and the diamond draw, I mean, he doesn't know if someone else has bigger diamonds, but you feel pretty good about it at that point. You got one of them pretty much locked up. It would be devastating for him if 1 or a 2 comes on the river, though.
And it's entirely possible for Hollywood to have an ace deuce here as well. He didn't put in 3, and Hollywood's going to get away from it.
Yeah, I don't think that's ace deuce. All right,
Rudy's going to make the call.
2 very solid players going to the river here. And the 4 comes out. That keeps Brendan's nut low working. And no one made their flush.
Brendan actually has the best high hand as well here with a pair of 6s.
Crazy. Pair of 6s? Scooper. A super scooper.
And Hollywood probably threw away the high. Hollywood easily probably could even. Hollywood can even get away from a set of 7s.
He could have just made. He just could have made 1 bad call, and he could have had half the pot.
I had the winning
1 great call.
Or 1 great call. Well, if you're outcome based, right?
Yeah, if we're results oriented.
We're not supposed to be results oriented.
We're not supposed to be, but we can do whatever the hell we want.
Okay.
There are no rules.
No rules. It's going to be a totally different stream.
Whipped cream?
No, there is a rule. No whipped cream. Just got my suit cleaned. Actually, we could modify that rule. Just no whipped cream when Veronica's here.
Yeah.
She can't be trusted with whipped cream.
She's a liability.
She can't be trusted
with any dairy product.
You'll have to tell me the story later. Maybe this is why you're not invited to sushi.
I'd never thought of it that way.
See,
Half kill.
Now, when we're on the half kill, we are playing a 12-24 game.
Beautiful game.
Beastly game. Dozen, double dozen, as some people call it in certain circles.
No one's opening here. Everyone's just completing. So no one really had a great hand. Bobby's got the ace deuce working for him, but the 6-7 really just kind of there. Ace 10-6, and Bobby makes aces and sixes.
Potential low working as well, but not a lot of low cards in play. Ace 4 would have to have a live low. The deuce and the 7, deuce and 7, the only low out there right now. So not a bad card for Bobby, but with his ace 6, he might stick around for this one.
Hey, Uncle.
Yeah, no one's made a low yet. Oh, I'm sorry, Bobby with the deuce 7.
Yeah, the deuce 7 has, and like I said, that he has the ace 6, so he's probably going to stick around and see most of it.
Bill takes down the pot.
Now, how do you pull that off?
He put chips in the middle. It's amazing.
You could do that? You could just bet and win?
No one shows any interest in trying to come the pot. Yeah.
No.
It's easy to bluff and limit because they have to have it all the time.
So he bets, and for 24, we're on the turn, right? On the flop.
Yeah.
For 24, 2 pair and a low. Does it call?
And a clunker low. I call.
You would?
I would call. Yeah. You gotta. I mean, you can even. If you're multi-way, you can even argue. You might even argue for a raise, just not because you think. I mean, you're the best hand, but because you might push out the next best. A slightly better low or a better high.
So bluffing actually becomes more possible in these higher limits. The bets. I mean, in 4-8, it's like everyone's kind of coming along if they have any piece of it for $4, right?
But at the same time, because it's so theoretically hard to bluff. Junebug, great hand, ace king king deuce.
That is. Yes.
It's because it's so cheap and it's just $4 is just $8 that the likelihood in people's minds that you are bluffing goes down so dramatically that suddenly there's that metagame where he has to have it because it's only $8. He knows when to call if he has anything.
Yeah.
So you can bluff in 3-6, you can bluff in 4-8, you can bluff at any stakes limit.
Successfully? Yeah. I just got to double check. Of course you can bluff. Okay, so we got a flop coming out 3 ways. Jack, King 8 with some spades. Double D has spade draw Queen High.
Top set for Junebug.
Top set.
Backdoor net low draw.
So not only great starting hand, right, but ends up flopping good. Is it ever okay to be drawing to a low, or should you always be working for a high and using lows as backup? What's your thoughts?
Generally, players go the other way with it. Now, Triple D might be in a little bit of trouble here. Triple D's got open-ended straight draw spades and now makes trip 8s.
That's a rough spot to be in, but he's also savvy enough player to, I think, see what this raise means, what's going on here.
And he's dead to the case 8. Three of clubs is not going to do it, and Junebug's got this thing locked down. Hold'em Master in the chat box.
What's up? Hold'em Master, you know who that is?
Yeah, that's Frank.
Oh, Frank the Tank?
Yeah.
You know who Frank the Tank is? That's Frank. Frank the Tank.
Frank.
Screwing around. Frank Lindsay?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, Frank? I don't know all the chat names yet. I am going to put something in there for you guys in the chat room, though. If you didn't know that there was going to be an 8-16 game, that's because you're not following my feed on Twitter. At JFKStonesTD. We post the games. We post when we're taking signups for the list. If you want to get on there, I just put a little something in the chat room there that will give you all the information that you need to play in any of our games. You can feel free to hit me up anytime, email, text message me, get me on Twitter, tell me you want to know the upcoming games you might be interested in playing one. Right now we're broadcasting Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 o'clock. Oh, and you were asking about some of the polls that we were doing. So let's talk about that. We are making a change starting in August. Our last Sunday will become a one-day event. We're going to be starting an hour earlier at 10 o'clock. We're eliminating the dinner break.
I like that.
And we're going to take a 45-minute break when we hit the final table, set up the live stream, and we'll broadcast with the live stream same day, wrap it up all in one day. So we're listening to your feedback. Please keep it coming. We love to hear it, and we will make the changes that we think are appropriate for our players.
So roughly. So are we still going to be doing the level rollback?
So we
table?
probably will not. That's the one thing we haven't decided
Okay.
on that, if we're going to run it straight
still up
through,
in the air.
because if we roll back twice, we might be looking at a 16-hour day. How do you think players would feel about that?
Well, I love long sessions because I feel that weaker players are going to like lose mental sharpness after 6 hours.
Okay, so it's all about the edge. The other problem is if you're playing in it.
And you have to pee.
Well, no, you can pee, but I mean, what if you have to commentate that night and you do good?
That's my thing. Is like
you're only allowed to play-
run deep and then call in sick if I don't final table.
He's on the table. Justin, I'm sick. I can't commentate
I'm not making
tonight.
it today, man. Sorry, I can't make it in.
I'll just grab someone random in the room. That's how we got Veronica.
It feels like it. Back to poker.
Okay, set of queens for Junebug. Junebug picked the right seat. He's flopping hot. We do have potential low draws, and double D with the ace-5 could be good. We can't see Bill's hand yet. V-Cross says to just skip levels 1 and 2 and then do the rollback still. That's actually not the worst idea I've ever heard. His wheels are turning, I can see
Yeah,
it.
it's thinking about a couple things.
We could just start with 2,000 in chips, that would help. All right, 6 on the turn brings the low. Double D still good for the low with a 5. Queens fill up. Queens full. If both players stay in, it'll be chop chop. But we don't know if both players will. June puts out a bet. Is it killed too? Are we playing 12 right now?
I believe we are.
Or I can't tell. Oh, double's gonna call. That's it, chop pot. Send half of it that way and half of it that way. Are you gonna get in this game after we're done broadcasting?
Yes, very much so.
For sure.
For sure.
It's a good lineup, right? You know who else I had in the lineup, but he overslept? The infamous, the one and only. Eichmann is infamous, but even more infamous than Eichmann.
Someone more infamous than Eichmann.
I had J-Mac in this game.
Oh, did you really?
I had the triumphant return of J-Mac. He was in Vegas yesterday, and I hit him up, and I was like, hey, if you're going to be back in town, I got this 816. He said, for sure. When we started the game, I texted him. He didn't answer, and 30 minutes later, he's like, I just woke up. But J-Mac's back in town. One of our favorite players on the stream. He's excited to be heading back to Stones and playing. We will see some J-Mac action soon.
I've missed him.
He always makes the game
Jason.
fun and interesting. You know, it's a different approach than the standard approach, and it works really well for him.
Yeah.
And the one thing that makes Jason such a great player is no fear. Absolutely fearless player. If he thinks he's got you, throw the textbook away. He's coming for you. Yeah. So hi J-Mac if you're watching, by the way, too. What's up, buddy? Welcome back to Sacramento. This is 1C of the main event today. So we're going to see a lot of our players.
It was a record
back.
turnout for the
Yeah,
1C.
I read that. Pretty crazy. All right, so we got a brand new handout here. Brendan with some pocket queens and some hearts to work with.
A lot of limpers. Queen 6-7, nut low draw for your double D.
Every pocket pair is hitting.
Brendan's making top set. Gonna put in a bet.
Is it better to be leading out with best hands in Omaha, or is it trying to get check raises and stuff to happen? Probably better to wait for the turn, river, or like how would you play a set like that in a 4-way pot?
Depending, because it was just limped around, I'm definitely gonna be leading. Because you can't count on someone who opened a pot with ace deuce always betting with a nut low draw there.
Okay.
In which case you can get a check raise in, and then just a limp pot. I'm definitely leading. Got to start building the pot and let all the straight and low draws call and pay you off. Hopefully, or in this case, they're gonna get there. Nut low for Bill. He's also has 2 of the 4s blocking the other nuts. Checks all the way to him, and he's going to bet it. And if you're Brendan, I think you got to overcall.
No way. But then if you put
Mr. David Dillon's going to call with his aces and 7s. He also has a live deuce for a low. It's no good. And Brendan's going to overcall. I think it's a good call. Such a broken board. I mean,
Yeah.
you're losing to 5-4. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Bill's got the scooper. 5-4 for the straight and the deuce 4
And
nut low.
4, yep. Good job, Bill, scooping this pot. Might be enough to make it a kill. Means we're playing 12-24. Hold'em Master asking in the chat room if we've seen Michael Longcar. I was walking down the Las Vegas Strip yesterday and I heard his laugh. No joke. I just looked, I'm like, that sounds like Michael Longcar. And sure enough, there he was, hitting on this girl at the Slurpee stand, or the alcoholic Slurpee stand. So I went over, tapped him, said hello.
I think this one was better.
Awesome, thank you. I walked over, said hello. He's doing great. He said he's going to spend some time out there. He's playing the main today.
I saw that.
And then I think he's going out to DC. He's got some things going on out there. So I got to tend to something real quick. I'll leave you in good hands, and I'll be back momentarily. Enjoy the game.
Hand in action. Where are we at here? Brendan's gonna get 2 bets on the button. I'm sorry, no, Bill made a raise. Bill made a raise with ace, king, queen, jack, all spades, and Brendan's gonna call with the ace, 10, 5, 7, 1 suit. Junebug comes along with king, jack, 8, 4, 3 clubs. Get me in this game. King, 8, 6, rainbow. And Junebug makes kings and 8s. Brendan's got a 5-7 for open into straight draw. Also has backdoor diamonds. And Bill, who started the action here with 4 cards to a royal flush that he can't get. He's out of pot. 3 of hearts on the turn. Getting much love in the booth. Three on the river. Bricks out. Brendan's going to play ace 5 for the low. And Junebug's kings and 8s going to take on the pot. Take on the high, I should say. Yeah, I know I get very nervous flying solo here in the booth. Why don't you guys come keep me company? What was that, Bob?
You're in the game, man. You're the only one.
So, in the chat box, Drake RX had a question. I was waiting for you to get back.
Oh,
to
sure.
answer
What's
it.
up?
He wants to know what's going on with the California card room.
I actually don't have an update right now.
No update.
But I will make sure that we have an update for you guys on Wednesday to see where that's at.
Awesome.
I was in Vegas all weekend. I actually saw him there.
Sobriety's hard.
You're on my left.
I wouldn't know.
There's a position in Omaha.
All right, catch me up here. What'd I miss? Anything good?
No.
I saw you on the big screen. You made like a wincing face at something. You're like, ugh.
There's some clunker hands being
Okay.
played. I love it.
Well, that's what makes the game good.
8 of diamonds comes off on the turn. Danny's still got the best hand with 6-7. I'm sorry, no, queens and 6s. 9 pairs of the river. 9s tend to taint most Omaha hands, so it's actually the least scary card to pair on the board because most people don't play 9s, or most hands with 9s in them.
Well, that ended up being good for Junebug, who was losing to 2-pair from Drunk Danny as Queen 7. The 9s pairing give him kings and 9s. Looks like a scooper, huh? Was there a low? There's no lows. They're all playing big cards. I think we kind of found out by accident, during the Survivor Series that 816 plays really well on the live stream. Initially when I was thinking about it, I was like, limit games on live stream didn't seem very exciting. But
No,
this game
pots.
there's so much going on. It has a lot of excitement, action, pots get big, I enjoy it.
That's a lot of fun. It's funny, Octavio, dealing right now, he's one of the better Omaha players that we have in the room, actually.
I did not know that.
Yeah, no, Octavio actually is a real solid Omaha player.
We should have had him on the game.
You scheduled him to work tonight.
That wasn't me. That was not me.
David Dillman is going to call under the gun +2, 8775.
See, okay, now, say what you will. I love these types of hands in Omaha because everyone's playing the high-low. I like to get those kind of multi-suited middle cards. Only suited once here, but 8, 7, 7, 6, stuff like that. Just have a lot. And he's just sitting here going, that's why I play.
This is why I follow you around.
You know what? I'm just done. Give away all my strategy, all 3 pieces of it.
Well, the thing about middle card hands is one of the first principles that you learn in Omaha is they're mostly junk just because anytime that you make a straight with them, you're going to be on the wrong end of it. You're going to have the idiot end of the straight. And so you're generally, because it's such a nut game, you're generally going to be losing to the higher straight. If you do make the nut straight with your hand, then there's going to be a low possible, so then you're only playing for half the pot. That's why middle cards are just kind of garbage in this game.
He just made me better. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, what am I doing here? I don't know, I'm just...
That's all right, Jake. I probably won't listen to your
No,
advice.
yeah. The 5, 6, 7, 8, it's just so pretty. How do you fold?
It is. It's beautiful.
And if you have all the same suit, that's even more better.
My most difficult time in this game is finding hands I'm willing to fold.
Yeah, the struggle can be real. So Brennan makes Broadway here on the turn, but Bobby's got a flush here with the Jack 3.
Already had it locked down with that flush.
I got the nut straight. Oh no, I guess I'm on.
He's gonna bet it.
Calling it out. Nut straight it is. It's not going to be good enough.
Pot. I got the pot.
And Brennan makes, or I'm sorry, Brennan led and Bobby made the call. So one thing on the other end of that, in really loose, lower limit games, I keep pointing out when everyone's just calling down, making the high only with when there's low possible, making the big end, the top end of the straight, and multiple possible people just don't fold. Not folding a lot of the players, not folding the second, third. We're slow when you're going like 4 and 5 way to showdown or 4-way to showdown. Then it still can be profitable to play those kind of hands.
Okay.
But you really need to be positive that you're in that kind of a loose game where people are just going to be calling down with for half the pot and with the second or third.
Well, if I'm in the game, it's a loose game. So.
I remember hearing our resident Omaha expert Andrew talking about that. Starting hand selection, he'll just kind of pre-flop. He'll just kind of throw that out the window. We'll figure out the rest, as he goes. And it works for him. So you can get away with playing junkers, but you really got to know where you're at. Be able to read people really well, and know the math of
Andrew
Barber.
Andrew Barber,
Yeah, and know all the math about it and how your equity is going to change, on what cards can come and how often you're going to pick up, additional equity on the turn card. Or
That's our
turn.
hometown hero, bracelet winner from Sacramento.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's tough being a poker player in Sacramento because there's so many good players. I mean, you cut your teeth here, you go anywhere, and you're gonna be like, damn, these players are horrible.
Persian Duck 2013 says 8775 isn't trash.
What?
Aces for Danny on the button. And all we're doing is flopping top sets today. The board is
It's crazy.
All clubs though. Bobby's got the second nut.
Cocktail.
Poker Pro X is go all in.
Welcome to the chat room, Poker Pro Eric.
I love him.
Was quiet for a while. So you had an opportunity to play yesterday in a special event here at Stones. We had our Stones Employees event.
I did. Board pairs on the turn.
Wow.
Danny, lock it up.
He did lock it up. There is still a low possible, but no one's going to come along for that trashy low. Not sure what Hollywood has.
Hollywood's probably got pocket fives.
Hollywood usually a lot more active than he has been so far. Maybe he's just getting comfortable with the table, kind of getting his read on people, and is going to start. Well, usually we see him involved in a lot of pots. And that 8 does bring the low possibility, depending on what Hollywood has in his hand.
And yep, that's chop.
5V Cross, thanks for dropping in. It was nice seeing you. Can't wait for you to come back in August. I am going to work you to death.
Hollywood playing the deuce 3 for the nut low. So yeah, you guys
employee
threw
event.
a special tournament yesterday,
Yes.
an employee tournament.
Yeah.
We're in the house, double the prize pool.
Pretty cool,
for us.
right?
It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
They're like,
great
what would our
turnout.
employees like? I was like, free money.
Free money.
They'd like free money.
We really do, really do.
And you know what else? I told them, I said, their tournament ticket should be redeemable for a free drink too. And they went, no. They'll get drunk enough on their own. We don't
Yeah.
need to do it for free.
Oh, and we did. And we did.
I'm sure I was really sad I had to miss it. It was dealt by management team and the directors
Oh yeah,
and everything
they're,
here.
they're all terrible dealers. It's amazing.
Yes, I was going to be one of those terrible dealers, but went out, wrap up the Survivor Series, get Jake into the main event, and so I'm going to have to catch the next one. But I was seeing Snapchats, Twitter posts, and it looked like a great time.
It was so much fun. It was like,
looked like a great
one of those
time.
events where, I mean, you're just having a blast playing with everyone.
Yeah.
And we got down to, I was really impressed with the turnout. I wasn't sure what the turnout was going to be for. I think we had like 60 players. That's
Great, that's fantastic, yeah.
And we got down to 12 of us, and we're all just like, screw it, let's just chop it up and go get drunk.
12 ways?
12
What's
ways.
a 12-way chop?
300
Right, for $40.
for $40. Yeah.
Nice. No re-entry, right?
Well, because we all had like $150 bar tags by that point, so we were just
Of
like all
course
right,
you
so
did.
like we can, if we all just like stop right now,
That's great.
We can pay off the bar and put a little bit of money in the
Absolutely
pockets.
great. All right. Fresh hand coming out. We're gonna do some more things like that, probably a couple times a year now.
That's great.
I think it's great to have something just for the employees here to kind of bond over. And free money. What a bonding experience.
Nothing like all the employees like giving each other bad beat stories, and reasons to really hate each other.
Oh, I can't wait to hear them all.
Yeah.
All right, 5, 7, 10 on this flop. Looks like Drunk Danny's in the lead. I'm trying to catch up here with what's going on. He doesn't have a pair. It's just an ace king high working for him. No real draws, backdoor hearts.
Trip sevens for Rudy.
There we go. Rudy's ahead now. Trip sevens. A low is still a possibility here. Of course, Bill probably really hoping for anything but an ace or 3 low card here, just so he can scoop half of it.
Checks a Danny who's gonna bet his ace king high. We know Rudy's gonna call. He does. Bill comes along as well. Bill's got clubs.
Okay.
And a 6-3 low and a gut shot.
Queen on the river. Rudy with his trip sevens. He's golden. No low. This is a scooper. And Rudy's stack getting a little low, so it couldn't have come any sooner. Or later, rather.
Yeah.
Play 3 cards.
Well, I mean, he could have rebought.
Beautiful. I got lost there. I don't even know what he's talking about anymore.
I don't know what's going on in here. Are these your Tic Tacs?
They are.
Can I have one?
Of course. I'm very pro fresh press in the booth. So the graphic shows that Danny called 16 there on the river with ace king.
30 minutes.
And I actually think it would actually check that call. I think.
Is he thinking that ace high is going to?
Well, I'm actually kind of debate, or I think the way that action really went was that Rudy checked, Danny continued to bet, and then Rudy.
Rudy just called?
Yeah, called with trip sevens.
Would you not raise with trip sevens?
No, I would have just called.
The first time I was on it, the entire power went out. The entire building. Twice.
You guys want to get into this game, call in, put your name on the list. It is an 8-handed 8-16, Omaha 8, half kill. That's a lot to say.
8-handed, Omaha 16.
See?
8-16, Omaha. I guess it is. I'm like, no, it's not. And I'm like, oh, wait.
Quite the tongue twister.
It got me.
Still have a few seats left this Wednesday. We're doing a 5-10 no limit for our Wednesday game. I have about 4 seats remaining for that. Type ! join in the chat room. That'll give you all the links and contacts you need. Our 5-10s have been crazy. All our big limit games have had crazy action lately.
Yeah, no, it's been really, the 10-25 was off the chain.
That was insane. It was
Danny,
like
10-25-50,
sorry.
Danny makes 2 bets to go, ace 9, 7-3.
Brendan flops open-ended.
And he's also got a pair of 10s.
Not a bad little
Backdoor
flop.
spades.
It's showing Triple D's cards not showing up. Let's see. He's got them over the reader. We might see them in a moment.
And David Dillman's going to lead out into this thing. Brendan makes a call.
Jack a club. That gives Drunk Danny the nut club draw. And lows are still out there.
And now Dave's going to elect a check call. Action on Brendan. I don't see him continuing here. Of course, when I say that, then he cuts chips.
King on the river. I believe that locks it up for Double D, right? Let's see what's going on here. Yeah. Jack. A pair of jacks on this board is the best hand.
Remarkable.
So crazy, all these cards out there, and it's a pair of jacks.
But it's Danny that puts in the bet on the river and takes on the pot with the ace high.
Oh, Brendan still has cards.
I stand corrected.
First time for everything.
Just a pair of 10s. And a busted straight draw.
Wow.
Just because it's for its own.
Fun on being laid $1 billion to 1.
But it's only $16.
And he calls!
Okay.
You can't bluff in this game.
Let's talk about his call as a long run play. Do you think it's a profitable long run call in that position?
No.
Or more profitable will be laying down in that spot?
I fold.
You would fold.
Yeah.
We want him to come
So
back.
I'm wondering that, obviously it's easy for us. We can see that he has the winner. What about the bet there? Pretty good bet from Danny, right? Put the pressure on at that point.
Yeah, at that point he's probably putting most of these guys in low draws.
I mean, that's the only way he can win anyways.
Yeah.
He's got to take a shot at it, right? Ooh! In the chat room, they're screaming for Brendan to fold.
They're raising their hands.
They wanted Danny to scoop the pot. Sorry, guys.
Long run, I mean,
Wait about 7:57.
you really got to be positive your opponent can be betting a lot of air there.
16 is such a hard move.
I mean, if he's killing, with Broadway combos, ace queen jack 10, where a hand's going to pick up a lot of equity on a lot of turns, then with that run out, with a jack king run out, he gets there a huge percentage of the time.
Yeah.
And pair of 10s are really, really, really thin to be calling. I mean, it was correct.
I mean,
he made the right call.
That's
but
why I asked you when I'm looking at it. I'm like, is that an equitable call in the long run? Like, is that something
Profitable call? Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're. Yeah.
I've been reading the terms, so I'm just trying to use all the terms. Variance.
Poker words.
Variance. Variance.
Queen 10-5, 2 hearts.
Hollywood with that nut heart draw. Probably feeling pretty good about it at this point. Seems like we only have one hand that doesn't read every hand, but I'm okay with that. It's better than like in the old days when we had no hands.
Yeah, correct, right? No, it's a lot better.
We've come a long way, baby.
Bill's gonna bet his pair of queens.
So now, I would like to call.
And Hollywood's just gonna call. Heads up to the turn.
All right, Bill and Hollywood facing off now. Another queen peels off. Pairing the board, giving Bill trip queens. And Hollywood still with that nut flush draw. Of course, Bill's got to fire this out. Hollywood double check. Sometimes they change when you look again. What's his card protector there?
Small pagan idol. I'm not sure.
Are pagan idols good for poker? Is that positive EV or negative?
Oh, mucho positive.
Mucho positive.
Mucho positive.
I thought it was just Buddha. I thought Buddha was the only one that was positive.
No,
for poker.
No.
$5, can I look at his cards and make the decision through the
I stand corrected.
card spot? Wow.
Hollywood in the tank here.
Like $40 betting.
Now see, I would call. Even though the board's paired, but again, that's why Jake chases me around the Omaha tables.
I'd probably call here.
Would you?
Yeah.
Even without any sort of potential low as a backup, you still would just call on a paired board for a flush draw.
Yeah, well, there's no low possible, so.
Well, he's going to show and throw it away.
No, I don't want to see the low draw. I want to see.
That's what I mean with no.
Yeah.
But you would still, you're not worried that pocket tens or pocket fives or
Queen 10.
Queen 10. You're not
Yeah, I mean,
worried
that
about any of that.
happens.
So you're just calling, you just check calling, see if you make your flush.
Yeah. And if I make the flush, I lead and hate getting raised. And
You still call. You still lead though. I mean, why not just check call in that spot?
because the opponent's going to check back. Often he's going to check back almost all his trip queens.
Okay, so if you're good, if you hit your heart,
It's a huge variable.
well,
okay.
if you hit,
Okay.
so you think you're best. You're never gonna check then. You're always gonna lead out.
Not always, but most time I'll lead.
And if you get raised, you're calling.
It's calling and
it's
hating.
like congratulations, you get another 12 from me if you got it.
Yeah, you can fold sometimes too, but I mean at that point, you get an incredible prize.
But I think like once you're betting the river, the pot's usually so big, you're probably not folding too much if you have a made hand, right?
Yeah, you really gotta be locked in that your opponent has no bluffs, and
Look at all these pocket pairs on this hand. We got jacks, which hit, kings, which just had a horrible one. Drunk Danny hits his ace. Tens are in there. They missed though, but that's some big hands here. Deuce 3 for Junebug. He flops jacks, and he has a nut low draw with this Deuce 3. Kind of sucked all the air out of the room.
big hand.
Yeah.
And there's the 5.
There it is.
Make
Wheel.
it straight.
And a redraw to a boat with his jacks as well. So he's in great shape. That's it? Bet and win?
No.
Yeah, Danny can continue there.
Yeah.
Hey, dude. Once you're done with the gentleman, I need to have what did you do? Beautiful rock.
Persian Deck 2013 math leads.
No, I was looking at that. I was like, all right, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Plastica, welcome to the chat.
Hey, nice to see you. What's up,
Joseph
Plastica?
M. All our favorites.
Plastica and I were private messaging on Twitter. She's got some really great ideas for potential tournaments and fun things that we can do. So she's being so kind as to share those with me.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thinking some sort of like team event could be a fun thing in the future.
Oh, kind of like what they did in the series this year.
Maybe, yeah.
Something like that.
We have a few ideas that are fun. Some old ones that I've been reworking, and some of the stuff that she said. It got the wheels turning.
I think that's really good. I mean, I think that's something that you guys have done really well. Like you pointed out, listening to your players and giving us what we want. Letting the inmates run the asylum.
To a degree. It's this like a low, it's a low security asylum. So you guys get more privileges than most. They go to the bathroom whenever they want.
Junebug making 2 bets to go here. Ace, 7 deuce.
And 2 queens on the flop. Brendan hits him. He's got trip queens. Haven't seen a lot of lows. I guess that's good since our software doesn't calculate lows. So, a very talented and famous Omaha player once told me that it is better to be drawing in Omaha than to have a made hand. Thoughts? Thoughts, Jake?
I mean,
What? You'd rather have the made hand?
depending on what the mid hand is. I mean, flopping, you know, a nut straight in this game on a board that has a flush draw and has, you know, low potential.
Yeah.
And if you have no redraws, then yeah, you're probably just building up a pot that you're eventually going to lose. And if there's any kind of multi-way action, but. I feel
like I put you on the spot here.
I don't agree with that.
He's like, I don't even know what the hell to say about this. Sean McCormick just joined us in the chat room. Hey, Sean, welcome to Stones Live. If this is your first show, make sure you go down there and click the heart in the bottom left hand of the screen. You'll get an update every time we go live. Sean from the Aria Poker Room.
Oh, way cool.
Yeah. Pleasure to have you joining us here. We are honored, Sean.
Yeah, so one of the downsides that we have, like you mentioned, with the software not reading the low,
right,
is that when pots are chopped, it immediately assigns, you know, all the chips that were won to the high hand. So like we just saw a flash of stack sizes there that showed Rudy only having $100 in front of him. Well, you know, those are $2 chips. We can see just from there.
So each stack's 40.
Yeah, exactly. So Rudy's got more like 200 there.
This is a 8-16, 8-handed Omaha, 8 or better. We're broadcasting live right now from Stone's Gambling Hall in the beautiful Citrus Heights, California. Fresh hand coming out here for you. Let's see what type of action we get into.
So it is a kill game, or half kill.
Half kill.
So it's 12-24 this hand. 10-10 deuce. No one's got a 10.
No 10s. We got a rainbow board. Should be interesting. See what we get done with this. Bill and Brendan right now, I believe, are tied for top. Or is there a pocket pair in there? 5s are good. All right, Queen comes out on the turn, bringing a club draw, and we actually do have a couple guys with club draws. June's gonna hit the nut club flush on the end there, and no low possibilities. It's June's pot if he hangs on. I don't see him going anywhere.
It checks all the way through. I think June can bet there.
Sean in the chat room, thank you for letting us know you're heading out. Please make sure you get in touch with me if you want to play on the game, whatever you want to do it. Let me know. We'll get you in here. Happy to have you in as a guest.
You know somebody here? Actually, I do. Oh, okay. Then answer my question. You don't know anybody in the game?
We've done pretty good with not getting flashed yet today.
Yeah.
I don't know
how good that's doing, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends on who you're getting flashed by, really.
Yeah, it really does.
So normally, just a reminder, the second Monday of each month is typically our Deej Day. Deej took a little time off this month. I believe they're coming back in a couple weeks for a special show towards the end of the month. We'll just leave it at that. Special. Well, because it may or may not happen. We're working out the scheduling right now.
Oh, is this something different, or possibly different than the normal PLO game?
It may be. Well, this tonight was typically the PLO, and our initial thoughts were to do a PLO 8.
How did we not do PLO 8?
Well, I mean, we may in the future. We were concerned that we might not be able to get a PLO game running because a lot of the PLO players are still in Vegas.
Gotcha.
But the Omaha 8 players, they're here. They've been begging me for this 8-16 game. I was like, you know what, guys, let's do it. I had a lot of people been asking me for this game,
it's a good game.
So we just went with it. And it's a game that we know you'll jump into when you're done in here.
How do we get Jake to actually get out of the booth and start playing some cards?
See, when I'm not in the game, Jake's the fish.
I am the fish. Hollywood turns Broadway.
Oh, only Broadway, Hollywood. Good job. We do have a heart draw to be worried about. Careful. Careful, Hollywood.
It's a heart draw to extract value from.
Well, and that's ultimately what you want to do, right?
Yes.
You want to extract value from the draws.
Yeah, you didn't want the Jack of Diamonds to come off. You wanted a suited, something you can squeeze a little equity out of.
Yeah. Well, Hollywood gets the check mark here. Not the exact card he was looking for. But still with the nuts, so no fear. He probably might be thinking maybe I'm chopping, but he certainly can't go anywhere.
Just a pair of kings for June.
I don't see him calling here.
He's really mulling it over. Gets away from it.
There it is. Hollywood with the nut hand and taking it down with the bet. And it doesn't quite look like enough for a kill. It was kind of a smaller pot. I heard that Saturday, after I had left, I flew out to Vegas Saturday, that Rick and Barstow stopped in and played some poker and hung out here for a while Saturday night. I saw some tweets from him and I think Plastica.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I missed him.
He took a picture of a stack. It looked sizable. So hopefully he had a good run. I'm just making, I'm making Jake laugh. I don't even know what I'm doing.
Ace 5, 3 deuce for Bill under the gun. Open the pot, Bill.
We have another.
He's gonna limp in. Double D comes along with King, Queen, Jack 4. Brendan, King 10, 7, 8. Everyone's clunking it up in here. Bill's lumping the only premium.
That's how Omaha should be played. Plastica said Rick and Barstow has a big stack. Sizable. Would you say sizable?
Formidable. Tell me that Drunk Danny played. He did. Drunk Danny called on the button with 999 tray.
Well, it's good.
No, he did not.
He's already got a set.
Can't misread the graphic. No. Deuce 4. No, he's already out of the hand. Deuce 4, 5, and Bill flops a wheel. No one's got clubs.
Or the 3-6.
Shanghai. Mainland.
No, sorry, Hollywood does have clubs. Hollywood's got nut clubs.
Regularly based in Macau. So what is it?
Also has a 5-6.
Wow.
Hollywood picks up 2 pair.
Hollywood's
to go along
got
with
like
the club
every
draw.
out in the world. Plus he's got a live ace now. I guess they both have that on. Oh, the ace 3 is better. Never mind. Live ace is not going to help Hollywood. He needs to hit that club or a 6 or a 5. Worth a call in my opinion. All the outs in the world. But it seems like the more outs you have, the harder to hit. No, it's not mathematical, just my personal experience.
The one thing for Hollywood here is that he probably is going to be aware that he's drawing to half here. If this was multi-way, Hollywood's calling here all day. He is going to call.
Yeah.
The thing about it is, like, you're drawing to get your money back at this point.
And,
Jack on the river
Jack
doesn't do it.
It's none of the cards Hollywood needed. He can only win or not even 3/4. There's a scoop either way. Good fold by Hollywood. Variance.
Oy vey.
This one.
So
thing,
what's the Omaha jackpot wrap to right now? So we were doing like double jackpots.
the Omaha's a set jackpot.
No, it's
10,000, but Mondays and Wednesday nights are Omaha night, and even though there hasn't been an Omaha game for a couple weeks, it's still the Omaha night. So the jackpot's a double jackpot, so it's 20,000.
So tonight for this game is 20K if we hit the jackpot. Any quads beat?
It's any quad beat.
Any quads beat?
Yeah. It's a pretty good deal, right? 20,000 for any quad?
To crack some quads? Absolutely, yeah.
You could do it.
We're gonna do it.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
We say we, like we're partners. I get 50% of your action.
Yeah, you put it in.
I can't play that game. How much are you gonna buy in?
That. I don't know. Probably 600, 400 or 500. I don't know.
You're on your own, buddy.
It's limit. You know, it doesn't matter. You can buy in. Doesn't. You know.
Well, I'd have to buy in half of what you buy in, right? To take the whole risk with you. Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
All right, new hand coming out.
Can we have like a prop bet, by the way? You and I.
Now we see Rudy's cards. Ace Jack 10-3 with a suit.
Not bad.
Can't see Junebug's hand.
Ace, 7, and 4 on this flop. Rudy hits his ace. We got
Bill's got clubs and
club
an
draw
inside
for
straight draw.
Bill. Not bad. Ace king up for Brendan. Looks like he might be in the lead here.
And
Which
June's gonna bet.
Saying Bill's in the lead. I think that's an error in the graphic there. You said June bet?
June led.
With the mystery hand. Okay, we're heads up with him and Rudy. Heart draw is there, but our hearts are all gone from the player's hands. That not the best card for Rudy, but we have no idea what June has.
I'm trying to figure out what Rudy's doing here.
Must think his ace is good.
He makes it 2 bets on the turn.
Oh, okay.
That's what Rudy's doing.
And it looks like, so he just fanned his cards out, so he just got asked for a reset by the dealer, but we're still not able to see his hand. Hopefully here when it gets tabled though, we'll know exactly what was going on.
Check, check.
June tabled, I haven't seen his hand yet, looks like a 4.
7-4 for 2 pair.
2 pair. Is that what he's working with?
Can't see the rest of it.
Well, 2 pair's good enough.
Rudy's got a live 3 for the low.
I can't see his low. Oh, well,
Shot
whatever
block.
it was, Rudy took half of it.
And there it is. There's June. Okay, so June
8, 7, 4 deuce.
8-7-4 Dewey. Chili Dog 425. Welcome to the chat box.
For pineapple, really? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the protection.
Yeah.
Rick and Barstow apologize for not being here to flash the booth.
You take the good with the bad.
We're
yeah.
missing out. We're missing out. Sorry you're not here, Rick. I'm sorry I missed you on Saturday. Had to go to Vegas, take care of some business. I got a promotion for a free $50 on Lyft. I always use Uber. And now the Lyft and Uber cars can go to the airport and they can pick you up at the casinos now. They got all the laws changed.
They couldn't do it before.
Not until last November. So yeah, $50, put in a code and your first $50 is free. Actually, I like Lyft.
Huh.
Yeah, little promo. Unpaid
Are they the
promo.
ones with the pink mustache?
Yeah, the mustache.
Yeah. Now, do all the cards really have it?
I think so. All the ones I wrote in. I'll be right back.
Nice.
Yep.
King 6-5. Danny's open-ended. Also has a pair of 5s. 10 comes off on the turn. And Brennan's gonna lead. Got a pair of kings open-ended. Three on the river. Puts a low out there. Hits Danny for his straight. And Bobby makes his nut low. Danny leads the straight. And Bobby's just gonna call. BK Thompson 24 says, "All right, Jake, come get in the game." I'll just leave the booth. You guys can be all alone. Justin at some point will come back, hold down the fort, and I'll barrel.
It's tough being the boss.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah?
Everyone needs you for everything.
I wouldn't know. I am the Chew. Welcome to the chat. So Bobby not raising the river there with the nut low. He's hoping that everyone else is going to come along call. He probably get some second nut low. He's going to draw everyone in there.
Okay.
Hoping that someone's going to call off with 2 pair for for highs, and he wants all the money in the pot as possible, knowing that he's only getting half of it. It's a mistake that I see a lot of players make. I mean, if you're last to act after players, someone leads out, everyone calls, then you're last to act, then putting in the razor is awful. But a spot where I see a lot of players lose value in this game is when there's only facing one bet and there's still a lot of players left to act behind them, and they will put in the raise with only with just the nut low, and they run everyone else who might have called off with like worse high hands. Someone might lead you with the nut high, and they might have got calls from people to pair, or someone calling down with the second nut low. Hoping that somehow.
So you're actually decreasing the value by raising in that spot with the nut low?
Yeah, because you're only getting half pot.
So you shouldn't be raising with the low?
Well, depending on where the action is and where you are relative to the rest of the players. Yeah, because some hands of players will call off for one bet, but they won't call for two.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Plastica asking about how you get one of those sweet jackets that Jake was wearing in the main event. We sell those here. You get 25 hours on your player card. You can get one, or you can just buy one for $50. They're great. We crank the air conditioning up really super high, and then we double the hoodies in the evenings, double the hoodie price, and it's worked great so far. Great promotional tool. We sold a ton of them. I'm just kidding. We don't do that.
He's not kidding.
You are watching Stones Live. 8-16, 8-handed Omaha, 8 or better. Lots of 8s in there.
Yeah, I'm not going to try it again. Last time I tried it, I butchered it.
After saying how easy it was to say.
Yeah.
And calling me an idiot.
Eating crow.
And he called me an idiot. And then you can watch it for yourself. And then he couldn't say it himself.
Well, somewhat of a speech impediment.
All right, couple hands going on here. Queens, pocket 10s, some suited cards, some connected cards, some 9s. All this pre-flop action, there's a lot to keep track of.
A lot of lempers. And now Double D's going to put in a raise. Ace, Queen, Jack 4. Got a suited ace. And another wheel card. Brendan, Ace Queen 9-9 with a suit. He calls as well. 5-way action. 8-3-3. 2 diamonds. Brendan picks up his nut diamond draw. No one has a 3 that we can see.
There is an 8 out there in Bill's hand. Still his queens. The better pair. He's got queens and 3s on the flop.
Bobby does have the nut low draw. Checks the David Dillman, Double D. He's going to continue. Puts in a bet. Gets called from everybody.
So it's interesting right now, Brendan, because he's not technically in the lead, but with his draws on the flop and his pair, he actually has higher percentage to win the hand at that point.
He's a monster. King on the turn, and Double D is trying to exploit his image, I think, to a certain degree.
And we have a double paired board. In Omaha, a double pair board, it's going to make the full house as much less likely to be there.
It's going to check through. Brendan's going to show his 9s and take down this pot. I am the Chew. Ask what the PLO game is. We spread once a month. We do spread a 5-5 PLO. I think was there discussion about no, never mind. I was going 1-3. Never.
Yep. Well, we do 1-3-5.
Yeah.
And then the 5-5. The 1-3-5 though, it almost feels like it's pointless because it plays the same.
Yeah, it does.
It's like 1-3-5, 5-5. It's like the action's almost identical.
Yeah, I mean the difference I've seen that interesting between those two games is the structure. It's what you can open to. So if in 5.5, you can open for 20 under the gun.
Right.
In 1.3.5, even though it plays the same here, you can still open for 20. Other places I see where they treat the blinds accumulatively as one $5 bet, so you would only open for 15. And it's why you might not see that as a huge difference when it goes pop, pop, repot. It does scale the game down quite a bit. So Drunk Danny, Ace 8, Deuce 3, double suited, and as he should, he will be opening this up for 2 bets.
Well, shit. I'm trying to be simple. Look at this guy. Okay, he's got a rack of
And Double D is all in for less.
Eddie, Logan's done for renovation. Okay. Tell him Brady can meet at 7 p.m.
And this was another half kill pot. So it's open at 24.
All right. 4 players.
And Double D calls. And did we get 3 bets from June? No. Ace, Queen, 4, 2 spades. And Drunk Danny's got the nut low draw, a spade draw that just happens to be a steel wheel draw.
The steel wheel is a straight flush wheel?
Yeah, straight flush, looking for the 5 of spades.
You heard it here, kids.
Oh, and Double D had reloaded. Excellent.
Oh, did he? I missed that.
And there's his hand. He's got the... Oh, and there's a steel wheel! 5 of spades comes off. Gives Triple D the...
Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil.
Gives Double D the king high flush. Or
No, where's our quads? We need quads.
Someone make quads. Please, someone make quads somehow.
Not possible right now.
And
And the sickest thing about this is Double D
with the king high.
With the king high flush.
The one thing that might be a saving grace is that he has no low. And it might slow him down, thinking that he's only picking up half the pot. Drunk Danny. Steel wheel. And he's got to hate that card. It doesn't change the hand at all. But now he probably went from he thinks that he's scooping to maybe possibly only getting 3/4 of it and maybe chopping the low. Then he wasn't playing any kind of 3 wheel card combo.
But little does he know he's golden.
Mucho golden. Double D puts in 2 bets. Or did he just call? No, he does. He does raise.
Oh, Double D raised it there? I missed that.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
And here comes 3 bets.
Oh yeah, and at this point he's probably like, uh-oh.
And Double D's thinking like, okay, like.
But he has to call at this point. He's come this far. The chips are going in. It's not going to be a re-raise. And Drunk Danny gonna show the goods.
Shows it.
The infamous steel wheel. You didn't even think it existed. You didn't even think it existed. You've seen it here.
What a cold deck for Triple D.
Want to
Double D.
thank Bart Hansen from Crush Live Poker for the shout out. He just put a tweet up for the game, letting people know, and this is the truth. The only streaming 08 game today.
Nice.
Want to see streaming 08? This is it. Come to Stones Live Poker. We appreciate everyone joining us in the chat room. Don't forget to click the little heart. That'll send you a little reminder every time we go live. We play with the schedule a little bit, but usually we're here on Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 10. And the best thing about our stream is the content is archived forever. We just started a YouTube channel, and we're just kind of getting it going.
I was gonna ask you about that. Like, I just realized that I'm telling all these people to subscribe to the YouTube channel. That I don't think I'm subscribed to the YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, subscribe to it because we just opened it. We archive all of our shows. As a viewer, you get free access to it. You don't have to join a club or sign up for anything. You just log in, and all of our games are there. If you've played on the game, it's great because you have this kind of standing history. Did you do it?
I did it.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's what it is, right?
So
Yes.
Yep, that's it. We're asking everyone to go check out Stone's YouTube and subscribe right now because we just launched the page. So our name is like Stone's. It's like YouTube/157QXYW.
Yeah.
We need to get to 100 subscribers and we can do a custom name. So help us out.
We can call it the J and V show, or
It's something like that.
Something like that.
V and J.
The V
Don't
and-
put yours
the
first.
JJ
no,
show. Sean McCormick says that he made a steel wheel once in 08 and got a 6 of the pot. Hashtag true story. I call.
You've been called.
No way.
How would that be possible? I'm trying to do the math.
I'm
in my
running
head.
there. It's like, no,
I
it's
don't
not.
see
It's not
how
there.
it's gonna work. Yeah, bluff.
Well, no, if he's on the end of the straight flush, and someone else, if he's got, let's say, if he's got ace deuce of spades, whatever, and someone's got the 6-7.
That's the jackpot then. Hopefully you're playing where's the jackpot? Were you playing where there's the jackpot?
He loses the high, and he probably got multi-way chops for everyone else playing ace deuce. Or,
That's pretty sick.
Yeah, and especially if the board is like deuce 3 4 5.
Yeah.
And he's playing ace deuce for just the live ace for the low, and the steel wheel. What do you think? Just lock to the high, and someone else has got the 6-7 for the real straight flush, and then
Why do you think people hate this game so much?
They don't hate it. They think they hate it. They're masochists. Poker players. They love the abuse.
We like the abuse.
They love the bad beat stories. And so when you walk through the halls of the World Series, it's all you hear is like, "So I was there, and I was Jackson, and I."
So I like to tell the bad beat stories where I put a bad beat on somebody. That's my little take on it. Yeah, those are my favorite. I
got it in so bad it got there.
Dude, that's my whole strategy. I just get it in bad and get lucky.
Such a cooler. Such a cooler.
Get a little sneak preview of what's going on over there. All right.
Sean, of course, is no jackpot. Ay-ya.
That is a bad beat. No jackpot.
And that's always the real bad beat,
Yeah, steel wheel, 6 of the pot. I think that's a tiny exaggeration, but it might be close. Maybe a quarter.
You can do it. If you go 4-way, if you're playing like on that same example, and you're playing just your live ace for the low, all the aces, half the pot's gone. So then you're going 4-way with half the pot, and it could be worse. That's actually possible than to have less.
That's why I hate this game. I have noticed though that Omaha is a lot like pool, like shooting pool. You know how you have to drink to like the perfect buzz level, and all of a sudden you get really good.
Okay.
But if you go past that and you get sloppy again, I think Omaha's like that.
Sober,
if you get okay, I can't play Omaha sober, but if I have like 2.5 drinks, and then I'm like amazing. But then once I have the third one,
another box of wine for this one.
Yeah. How'd you know it was boxes? The box wine is the best. That's true.
Brendan's ace king makes Broadway. Bill missed his nut heart draw.
I gotta be honest with my guy.
Draws are not getting there tonight.
He beat it with 4 minutes left. I beat
Check
the guy
bet fold.
like 15 seconds left. He took 4 minutes.
Oh, you know what else I think is going on in the room? I'm not 100% certain, but I think it is because it's Omaha night. I think there's a high hand too, and this is the only Omaha game.
I got changed.
So high hand every 2 hours will be scooping. I think $50 bonus, but still.
Yeah, sure, something.
Because it's per table. They do the high hands. Like if there were more tables going, it would be a higher high hand. Yeah.
Gate Corpse, welcome to the chat, by the way. It says
Jubilant Corpse.
Jubilant Corpse. Running back in 08 is rage-inducing more than any other game. Thoughts? Yeah, and it's one of those games. Running back in 08 is rage-inducing, and it's one of those games because it's played so nutty, and the board, the nuts is going to change almost street to street. I mean, that's the origin, where people, they don't like this game because they flop the nuts and they expect it to hold so often, and it doesn't. Well, I guess that's why having draws is better than a man hand.
I'm gonna tell you said that later. You're gonna lose it.
I'll give you 30.
I got an idea.
Yeah, I know you do. It's
No way.
It's someone you have a lot of respect for.
I know. I already know who it is. I'm just like, you sure he wasn't just trying to like keep you in the game and like, no, you're doing fine. Yeah, way better to have the draw than actually have it. Like, come on, keep arrowing.
I'm not talking to you. All right, 9's flop top set on a not so comfortable board for top set, but still.
Middle set and a flush
Guys
draw.
will lead out with it.
One thing about Bill's hand, except he's got middle set and a flush draw, but he also is blocking one of the cards to pair the board to make his boat. I'd rather not have the 8, but it's hard to get mixed up in an Omaha hand with a couple 9s or with a 9 in your hand without having some surrounding runners with it. 8s, 7s, 10s, things like that. Speaking of the devil, 7 of hearts now makes Bill a straight with a redraw to the boat, and Hollywood is still firing.
I don't think he has a straight yet.
He has a flush. Did I say straight?
I think you did. Yeah.
I misspeak all the time.
He
has a flush with a redraw to the boat.
The low gets there, so there's a chance he's chopping this pot with Hollywood. Looks like we got a new player coming in. Oh no, that's just a rebuy. Nightbot, if you can hear me, or Stone's Live Poker, can we get the link in the chat room? I forgot what the command was for it for the YouTube. We're trying to get our viewers help us out with our YouTube subscription, get to 100, we can get a custom name. That is a free service we're providing because Twitch only archives these shows for 60 days, I believe. But with our YouTube channel, we upload them to there for you, and you can have access to them forever. So whether you're using them to train on your game and get better, or to show your friends how good you bad beated somebody, we're going to have them up there for you. You can access them from any computer or mobile device, but we need your help first to get to 100 so we can have an easy name. YouTube / Jake and Veronica's show. I mean, Stone's Live Poker. Stone's Live Poker.
All of the people watching the game.
All right, Hollywood's got something to say.
Like blaming me, I'm the...
It's so easy to blame you.
Yeah,
Hollywood will not play the Queen Jack 9-10.
I think it's just because he's on tilt, though. He seems upset about something.
And blaming me for that. Hello.
You just need a quick walk, get off a tilt, come back, get in the game. All right, so we got a couple seats opening up. We do have a list for this game, so we'll be filling those up.
King 8 Jack 2 spades. Bill's got the nut spade draw. Junebug's got top 2. Danny with an inside straight draw to Broadway. And everyone else with a little bit of everything else.
Not yet.
Queen on the turn gives Danny Broadway.
Oh my God. Danny's running good in this game. Well, so far I shouldn't say anything yet. There's still could get a spade on the river.
Bill comes along and so does Junebug.
All right, if you're in the chat room there, we have that link posted up. Check it out. Just click on it. Follow us on YouTube, and we'll come up with a great custom easy name that we can put in there once we hit 100 subscribers. Brand new, launched. That's just for you guys. We want to make sure you have access to all these videos and shows that we do for as long as you like. Ace 10 gonna take it down. Broadway scooping this pot for drunk Danny. Scoop, right? Yep.
Scooper.
Super duper scooper.
Half kill.
Is it enough for half kill?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
What? How many chips are we playing for half kill?
120.
It's gonna be 120.
Not chips. $120.
Yeah, $120.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so 60.
60
320 stacks, and you're good to go. The half kill, crazy. 12.24. It's insane.
Good game.
Yeah. You see, like, it seems like in Sacramento, like, there's big limit games, but they're more specialized. You know, like, everyone's playing 1-2, 1-3, smaller limits, more entertainment. I think, like, serious games, the big high limit, like, you go to Vegas and ultimately you're going to see one in every room, you know?
Yeah.
So the big, but here it's like scheduled, it's like we're going to have this game on this night.
Yeah.
You really got to organize the players to make them go.
And organizing poker players, I mean, pretty much ever tried to host
Herding cats.
Seriously.
Yes, this is a new world to me. I've only been doing it for about 6 months. I do have to say, with the added feature of a live stream table, it's a little easier. People actually enjoy being on there. They want to be on there.
Yeah.
But I do see some of the frustration that comes with that. As
Trying to get poker players together. And the biggest thing is not so much that people don't want to play, it's that no one wants to commit. Like, oh, do you want to play? I'm like, oh, maybe. Well, yes, no, maybe.
We have a better rate here than most organized games of people showing up. I would say about 90% of the time people say they're going to be here.
And the other 10% of the time, J Mac just sleeps in.
He's a repeat offender. Yes. I still love him.
Jack 7 Deuce Rainbow.
We are off live. I just go check. We are live now. And just, I don't know, mess up. We go check.
Hollywood puts out a bet.
I got 8 ace live and whatever. I got 8.
And this check, somehow this just checked through. So they put in, what, 3 bets each pre, and then just check it
Can we
through?
have Justin here? Just tell him to cut short somewhere and just come here. I need to clarify something. For real. I'm serious, really. Ben, I'm just serious, Ben. Please.
Okay, no, you can't have me there. I'm working. Sorry, buddy. I can't go.
An invitation for nice one. You can expect a live stream invitation.
All right, we got 2 open seats. There is a list, so we should be seeing some fresh blood, new players heading in. Shark food.
Yeah, shark bait.
No, it's not about we don't need. It's about
Who do we got there in seat 1?
That
I'm trying to recognize him.
You know what?
I'm trying to know if I know him.
Right now, it's just for the general
I thought it was Ian at first, but I don't know. It might be someone new.
babysit all the time. OMAHA.
You got to take advantage of those rare opportunities when you have 816 Omaha running.
Get it while you can.
Ben, if you don't really mind, we need Justin at this table right now. Please, I mean, before I can go, we need Justin.
What am I, the ultimate problem solver?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got a problem? Yo, I'll solve it.
No.
New guy, I don't know.
No, it's not about...
All right, I do not recognize this guy, but he is wearing a Van Halen shirt, so he can't be all that bad.
But he's got a Raiders hat.
I wasn't gonna say anything about that.
But hey, no, he bought in deep, so you know he's
Yes.
all right in my book. Anyone that buys in deep,
It looks like he's coming in with about 600, maybe a little more.
More than that.
Yep. 498, and let's see. Let's catch up here. We do not see Bobby's hand. Looking for all the hands here. Graphics are freaking out just a little bit. They're sober as well, so life's difficult when you're sober.
There you go. That's a sense of humor. You owe me, man, 14. A lot of money.
Ace on the river brings a low possibility.
You look at these cards.
That's what I was like. I was like,
And I guess the guy in seat 1, his name is One.
One.
Oh, One?
One.
Jubilant Corpse, absolutely right. It is Margarita Monday. Where are you?
Yeah, that is like $600. That's $2 chips.
This is 40 stacks of 40, but I think it's
Yeah.
a little over. Not much though. Is this real money? I saw him pop it. Take my swing.
Someone's, I'll bite on it.
One of my favorites. One of my favorite questions. Is this real money? Where is this?
Is this live?
Is it live? Bunky O.A. just says that's Raider Mike in seat 1. He's very well respected in the 3-6 limit hold'em community.
It's tough to get, to get respect in the 3-6
Hey,
limit world.
you're talking to the guy right here. This guy right here, 3-6 limit hold'em master. Falling asleep at the table he's playing so much. There's photo evidence.
It was bad. It's your guys' fault for putting up 100K. I live in the house.
Yeah. But you cashed out.
Leave it to all the
Second
players.
level, right? 5,000 you got out of it?
Yeah, and I only played for 1 month, so it wasn't bad. But I mean, like I said, leave it to book players. Like, the house puts up 100K for limit players, and we're starting to find a way to complain about it. Like, just like, oh, stupid.
That's
game.
standard. That's standard.
Ace Jack for Brendan. He'd prefer to be double suited, but you take what you can get, right? 2 bets to go. Junebug calls King Queen 9-6. Really is kind of playing a 2-card hand there. Bobby comes along with the Ace King 8 Dewey.
I absolutely love our chat room. When's this tournament over?
They're the best. King Jack Deuce, middle set for Brendan.
Nice job, Brandon.
And spade draw.
That's crazy. He almost has, if only the jack was a heart, he could have 2 pocket pairs and 2 flush draws. Hitting that set is nice for him, though. That 5 on the turn might all but wrap it up here. I'm trying to see what Junebug can do. Straight, I guess he can hit a 10 for a straight. That's pretty much what he's drawn to here. And Brandon's going to take down the check mark set of jacks. So I can take down the check mark, but he's just going to get it. It's his. He can take it down if he wants.
Did June call? Call now on the pair of kings.
Okay. Thought it might have been good, but it turns out Brendan's sitting there with the set. Going to scoop that one up.
I am the Chew says he'll play Go Fish 10K versus anyone. It's a bold statement, my friend. When I'm just saying, you know, second, third grade, I was.
How do you play goldfish? From you just put money up and just play?
Yeah, $100 if you have any threes.
Oh, each one? Like if I don't have a 3, I'd give you $100.
Well, I mean, you don't have to play in that much.
Oh, it's who wins the game? The small game, or you can play like that's out of 3.
Either way, yeah. Whatever.
What's the strategy? Go fish strategy on that.
It's all live tells.
Wait, do you keep a win
it's like
with
playing
2 or 4?
What's that?
Do you keep the cards when you get 2 of a kind or 4 of a kind? Do you ever play Go Fish when you have to get all 4? So you I might have a 10 and get 2 10s from you, but then you draw a 10 and you say, do you have a 10? I have to give you all 3 of mine.
I've never played that way.
That's how you should play.
Wow.
You can play for money, you gotta play the right way.
Wow, I haven't played that way.
I'm a Go Fish champion, Northern California, 1989.
See? I learned something. EJ, that is EJ in seat 1.
What is it? You know him?
No.
Oh, you haven't played with him?
No, but I can read. It's easy. His initials there says EJ.
I can't read. That's why I didn't.
Life's hard. A whole lot of aces for Junebug.
Oh, yeah.
He does have a suit.
You gotta play that just because it's 3 aces. It's good luck.
King 9-4, a couple of clubs. 2 mystery hands going on here. We can't see what they got. Deuce on the turn brings a possible low draw. Brick on the river.
Is that trip aces in his hand? Got the check mark. Boom.
Boom. Play all the aces.
All right. Is that who I think it is? That looked like Spencer sitting down to seat 3.
Yes.
This game's about to get real, folks.
Yes.
Oh, who's in there? Who's coming? Come on.
And he's buying in what, 4 racks? Not bad.
8 or better.
Come on, baby. We have like we have Dory
You
here.
get 4 cards
We
in this
have
one.
Nemo.
You can't lose.
Oh my god.
Yeah, guaranteed win. I am really sad. I think we just better request a cancellation of this live stream.
Can't see Brennan Tan. He's going to limp in.
Yeah.
Junebug, 10-10-8-6. Junebug seems like he is living to get put a bad beat on someone.
Like that's just his
That's his
plan.
game. Yeah, I'm gonna play a couple clunkers of hands, and I'm gonna get there. Flops open ended here. Deuce 5-7. Danny's got a 4-3 low. And he bets it. Ace on the turn gives Danny the nut. Bobby comes along with his 3 pair. 4 pair. Bobby's got 4 pair.
Whoa, did they do the prop
Bobby's
bet?
got 4 pair.
That's it right there, he's got it.
Did they actually do the bet though? I mean, I know they talked about it. Did they pull the trigger
Yeah,
on
I
it?
missed that.
Check to Danny. He's going to bet us nut low and straight. There is a higher possible straight out there. But as it is, he's got it. No one else has it. 4 pair, and they must not have made the bet. Because Bobby folds. 4 pair. Spencer for Prez.
I would vote for him. Given the current options.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
I'm here for the fans.
And his entire platform he can run on is, it's like, well, I finished, 4th or a final table with an employee. Man, serious. I'm like, he's right. He did do that.
If
Like,
he holds a cat while he says it, he'll get even more votes.
yeah,
Everyone loves cat lovers.
he can't lose. I don't know, like cat people sometimes will like they're not bird people, but I just don't trust them the same way I trust dog people. I'm not saying that every cat person is a serial killer, but every serial killer is a cat person or a bird person. Science. Like I said, I'm not saying every cat person is a serial killer, but every serial killer has been a cat person. Just can't trust them.
No comment. What about people that wear cat shirts to poker games? Because then we have 2 tiger shirts in the employee game, remember?
We did.
Serious.
Yeah.
All right, here's a flop. 7-4-3, here we go.
And Drunk Danny, flop in the world here. Flop in the high half of the world. We'll put it that way. He's gonna lead out with a 6-5 with a straight. Board pairs. Now is that spot in the hand where Omaha players playing. They just sort of like imagine just how unlucky they are really getting in life, because he knew that he was only had half the pot.
Right.
Now he's got to worry about losing the 1/2 of the pot that he had. And there's EJ's hand. Queen 7-5.
And you see the dealer just showed him how to properly spread the cards. And that's really what it's about. For us to read 4 cards on the RFID, we just got to get the players trained to know how the sensor picks them up. And there is a way you can do it.
Players got to get learned.
So I go over at the beginning, When we do Omaha, I kind of give them a quick run through speech, fanning the cards like a half-inch apart so the antenna can catch them.
Yeah.
But when new players come in,
And the harder part, I mean, in Omaha, not just are we trying to read 4 cards with RFID, is like I said, it's players, poker players, or creatures of habit, and the way they hold their cards, especially Omaha players who are used to looking back at their hands so frequently. Hold'em players just got to look at 2 cards once, and most Hold'em players can, even though they like to look back a million times, hoping that they'll change, most Hold'em players can look once and then memorize what their cards are.
Right.
Omaha players, even though many of us do, most players still will look back, actually need to look back and, what do I actually have here? And they'll hold the cards in a manner, completely off the card or off the readers, off to the side, and it can be kind of a pain in the ass for us. But I mean, it hasn't been that bad time.
It has been in the past. We also we made some adjustments to the table to get the cards closer to the sensors in the past few months. So this has been nice.
No, it's been good.
We have a good reading on most of the hands, and some pretty fun hands too.
Spencer.
We like Hugo. I love Hugo. Downstairs in the cellar. I know exactly what Hugo.
Deuce 5-10, 2 hearts. Bobby has the nut heart draw. No one's playing ace 3 for the nut low draw. Brendan's got ace 4 for the best low draw. And we have a set of 5s for EJ. Chips in the pot. Hollywood also has a queen high flush draw. We should see, and there's the heart.
Flush
Both
is there.
Hollywood and Bobby make their flushes. Bobby's best, of course.
Ooh.
And EJ can still break everyone's hearts, pun intended, if the board pairs.
That was a good one.
Every now and then I have my moments.
I liked it. Could be the board pairing on the river will change the poker fates for everyone. Right now, Bobby in the lead with those hearts. Low draw is possible as well.
I know you got, right now I'm reading your cards.
Are we winning it with a bet?
You got the ace 5.
No, heads
Wow,
up.
EJ gets out of the way, folds a set of 5s.
Wow.
I think it's pretty apparent in this game. I'm probably folding there. Well, if
What
we're
a fold.
multi-way. He must have had no low draw.
Round of Bobby. Yep.
It was such a hard read. I need you to help me with this guy. At the end of the stream,
I didn't have it once there.
did you bring your SUV or OS today? You have enough space for him?
We do. I have the.
So I saw Big Jake, or I saw on Snapchat, on all the social media outlets. You guys decked him out in some Stones gear.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, went out there, took a couple shots with them before we bought them, like the night before I went out, bought them in, did a big photo shoot with them in front of the sign, and we went and sat down at the table where no one was there, so it's like him sitting in his seat empty, and then the next day we did with all the players, and had this little kind of just the progression of the night.
That's so cool.
He did a great Snapchat with his $10,000.
Yeah.
So he's like holding it up in front of the sign, but when we did a Snapchat for him, we walked up and he's like, "Here I am buying into the main event," and he slammed it like $10,000. No big deal. It was pretty sweet.
He was ear to ear smile. He looked like he was having such a good time.
Not too tough to make your day when you're getting a $10,000 poker buy-in.
Right?
Yeah. He said he woke up feeling like $1 million, and I said, "Well, now go actually feel like $1 million, please." That would be awesome.
And all we do here is flop top sets.
So Spencer's here, which means he's going to be the only one winning hands from now on. Flopping top sets.
Playing the Jack 9-4 3 clubs. I love it. Hi, I'm Spencer, and I'm a sicko.
He must have just won a bunch of money at Baccarat a second ago.
Danny came along with the ace 9-7-5.
Picked up a 5 of spade on the river. Doesn't really help much for anyone. Could get Danny in some trouble, but it looks like he let it go.
Danny folds the ace 7 low.
Scooping. We got a new player sitting down in seat 2. Only see the back of him right now, so we'll figure out who that is in just a moment. Got some pretty slick glasses, though.
Right.
Recognize him?
It's on 11. From the back of his head, I don't.
No, he turned around a second ago. There, see?
Nope.
Well, why not? Well, why not, Jake? Why don't you recognize him from the back of his head? All right, fresh dealer, fresh hand.
I like it. Bunkyo at inches says if you fold a set for one bet, you're not getting invited to next week's game.
Nice.
I remember Bart Hansen talking about he was playing the 25-50 no limit Poker Night in America game, and I'm actually talking about that. Actually, like playing a couple hands differently or playing more hands than he normally would. For that specific reason, it was to get invited back. You know, I mean, yeah.
Interesting. It's kind of like a hustler setting up the next.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta get into the game if you're gonna extract some value from it. Brendan's gonna limp in the Ace King Jack 9 2 clubs.
I may cash out and they're gonna go and execute.
He's over here checking 3-7.
Yeah.
Hollywood's gonna make a speech on the button about folding 7-6-3-3 double suited.
Forget about him. He's not being text. 6, 7, 8.
I feel like you pretty much have to make a speech in that scenario.
It's appropriate. Queen Jack 9. Brendan makes bottom 2.
Brendan flops a pretty fun hand there. He's got a gut shot straight draw. He's got bottom 2, running clubs.
And Danny bets the under pair and a pair of 9s. And folds to the raise.
Danny very active, but very seems in touch with what's going on too. Like willing to be
he's a
willing to be aggressive.
No, it's good.
I take it you know him.
No, I think he's played well.
Yeah.
I mean, he extracted a lot of value when he in the spots where he has run good, and he hasn't been afraid to make little moves. He said they're just, leading out multiple players in the Queen Jack 9.
Oh, you got it straight. You got the same hand then.
I mean, he's not repping much, but in a game that plays so nutty, I mean, he actually is going to have King 10 there with some frequency. So it's not bad.
He's gonna be playing like 5, 8. I love your brother. Ben. You know what? Forget about it.
Basil Homel?
You are.
I know I'm mispronouncing it. I'm probably butchering that. Welcome to the chat box.
High only. They usually. I don't think the King's the score since we put the game on. Usually it's only when they hear they like.
Bob.
I literally just moved there. I can play stuff.
Interesting what Gay Corpse just said in the chat room. He said in a soft 08 game he's playing 40% of his hands in unraised pots.
I can't talk about that. There's certain spots where you just can't give up too much money.
I would do that too.
I
Come on, just give us a BS answer. Come on. You're
you're
Omaha pro. You're our Omaha expert. Resident Omaha expert. Where's V Cross?
Not giving away. Come on,
V Cross would do it.
I'm saying like I don't check it away, but I do the same thing. In really soft 08 games, I play all sorts of junk.
I play like 80% of my hands.
You give players opportunities to make mistakes, and the more hands
that's the key.
People will see, the more chances they will have to make mistakes. And as long as the only mistake that you're making is, playing too many hands pre-flop, which is the biggest mistake, but still, I guess you're limited to, in terms of quantity, it's one mistake. It's not all bad. Ace 8-8, 2 hearts. Hollywood's got the nut heart draw. Can't see anyone with any 8s or aces here. Oh, sorry, aside from Hollywood.
Well, I blame you then.
He says he's talking about games where people can't read the board.
And there's
that they can't read the board because they're not good or because they're too old and their eyesight doesn't work anymore.
Yes and yes. I mean, you get a lot of Holden crossovers that still struggle with that, 2 from your hand, 3 from the board, concept.
Right.
And or like they'll see a double paired board, like we saw earlier, 7 or 4-4-7-7, and they'll be having 7x, and not recognize they think they treat the hand like they have top full, or a full house, and when actually they just have tripped 7s, and ace, and they have a junk kicker, and they realize that someone else is playing, the ace 7, and they just got them crushed. So yeah, players. That's just it. In games where players have a hard time or struggle reading the board, and that is reading where the nuts are at. Then yeah, you play all sorts of garbage.
The very first time I ever played Omaha was by accident. It was back in the online days, as on Full Tilt. And I thought it was a Hold'em tournament. I accidentally clicked an Omaha tournament, and it was just a sit and go.
And it was love at first sight?
A 9-handed. No, I mean, I had no clue what I was doing. I was Googling how to play, trying to figure it out as I went, because I accidentally got in and it started and I couldn't get out.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is stupid. So I just raised every hand. I got second. Every time it was my turn, I raised, and it was only a 9-handed sit and go.
Still, no, that's great. You cashed.
I just crushed it. I had no clue what I was doing. I was like, oh, this game can't be all that bad. And so then I actually made an attempt to learn.
See now, and there's probably had you stuck with that strategy of raising every action.
You think I'd be a better player?
You might have been.
Come on now.
You just set me up for when I get in the game.
Oh no, come on now.
It's better than draws.
Yes.
How did you end up
When you raised, I figured my low was good. I thought you were raising.
So now,
I don't want to out him on the air.
We already know what it is. I'll have to ask him what the context of that comment, what was, or what the specific.
this guy, but you know what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously.
All right. Maybe he's just needling me.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he probably wasn't, and as anyone that would know, probably would, he'd be the guy. But
Variance.
K Corp says that he's free rolling every turn.
Next year, we will not take this guy in the world.
My ROI is infinity.
No, hey, it's over. We are not
The best.
going to.
You could have checked the river, and then you still don't get anything.
This is 8-16 Omaha 8. It's 8-handed 8-16 coming to you live from Stone Gambling Hall in Citrus Heights, California. We broadcast every Monday and Wednesday. Don't forget, we got a great 5-10 no limit hold'em coming up this Wednesday. Check out the chat room. There is all the contact information you need to get on that list. Our big limit games have been huge, so don't miss it out if you're looking for a game this Wednesday. I've got a few seats left. New handout here in this 8-16 game. And 2 right now. We're just calling him 2 still. We'll find his name out soon enough. He bought in quite a bit. A couple thousand there. Nice. Yeah.
I want to make sure that they go.
And see, he's already, okay in line.
If we go through that list, we'll
How do you let the on the button?
That's good. I could just sit here and talk about ponies or something while you guys play.
Noise.
Variance. Just say variance a lot. Yeah, he's making that bet. It's a lot of variance.
Puts another bet and then another one. Yeah.
No flop yet?
Imagine 20 to 1.
Sunday yet?
We can talk. We can talk about. I mean, for July. So he's asking me if we can talk about the changes to our last Sunday tournament.
No. That we're gonna have a stream on Sunday as well.
Oh yes, no. I'm glad you brought that up. There's a lot of things going on Sunday. This Sunday, though, it's not a scheduled time, but we will stream when the final table hits for the Western Senior Poker Series. That plays this Sunday at 10 o'clock. It's a 225 buy-in. Great deep stack structure with 12,000 chips, 40-minute levels. If you are part of the WSPS, you're also earning points towards a poker cruise. And we will live stream the final table sometime that evening. You'll need to click on the heart so you can get the link when we're going live. That way you'll know when. I'm guessing we'll be somewhere between 7 and 9 p.m. Seems about
kind of a window.
Yeah. So check us out. We will be broadcasting this Sunday night.
Love you, Eric. I knew it was coming. That's okay.
It's going to be me and Jake here actually commentating. So if you want to have some fun, join us. We're going to be here. It'll be great targets for you. That'll keep you out of trouble, actually, that you have to work.
Thanks, buddy.
Anytime. I owed you one.
Oh,
you had it coming.
Yeah, I got it all coming.
It's awesome. Poker Pro Eric, welcome to the chat room, bud. Nice to see you.
10 on the turn.
Came and played. He played on our stream. Well, I mean, he sat there.
Yeah, occupied
Good,
space.
good job keeping that seat warm,
Yeah.
buddy. Here they go.
It's gonna happen. Just let.
You're the one that brought it up.
You know what?
You're the one that wanted to talk about
let
it.
him get it. Let him get it out now. If they're gonna get it out at all.
What do we got going on here? Looks like Deuce 4 is scooping the low right now, not knowing what EJ and Hollywood have in their hands. Checking around.
Why? Everyone's checking. I don't know how I'm not getting happened.
And
Danny bets his aces and jacks.
hey, why not?
Can't see where Hollywood and EJ are at. If everyone checks to Danny,
Well, Bobby's got a straight. He's probably not going anywhere.
and he calls the way the hand played out with everyone checking to him, aces and jacks should be good there with a fairly high frequency. And so actually, I don't mind Danny valuing there. Even though this game multi-way we played so nutty, and of course someone's got to have a straight there, which Bobby did. But I mean, when it checks you in the river there, I mean, does anyone? No one's checking king queen. It's just gonna check back sometimes. So I actually like Danny's bet. You're only really worried about getting check called by specifically queen 9.
When we are chopping, he had the second nut low, so not the scariest place to make a bet. He's got a little insurance policy back up at the low.
Yeah. He can't go wrong.
It's impossible to lose with this many cards. There has to be something.
Just goes back. You just raise every action, every street. Someone's gonna give you credit for one end of the nuts,
It's pretty much what I do.
and let it go. Monkey of an inches. What a success story Danny is, from women's shoe sales to poker feet on. Our chat is the best.
Must be his best friend, huh?
Has to be.
So the other thing that you were mentioning, and we can certainly talk about, is a change taking place to our last Sunday tournament starting in August. We're going to be starting an hour earlier with our 350 buy-in, 40K guarantee. We're eliminating the dinner break, the 30-minute dinner break, and we will live stream the final table the same night. So we're making it a one-day event, still with the live stream, and that'll be starting this August. So those of you that watch us from the Bay Area, you guys, we're mostly listening to your feedback. You don't want to drive
Bay,
back for
Reno,
the two-day.
I mean,
Two-day
all the,
people that are traveling for us.
Sure.
One-day event. They want to be in and out, but we still wanted to give you that great live stream experience, so we found a way to do it.
Good job.
Thank you. We listen. We won't always act, but we listen.
Yeah, we listen.
In fact, the way you bet the river,
Classic guy.
Hollywood's got a signature on the side of his hat. Do you know who that is?
If I'm not mistaken, it's Phil Ivey.
Oh, really? Cool.
If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on that.
Quote Jake. Phil Ivey signed Hollywood's hat.
Actually, I believe it is. I'm not positive, but
That's cool. Ivy's one of my favorite players.
He's good at cards.
He knows what he's doing.
JJ with a 35-year flop in the wheel.
Gotta love that.
just know everything that everybody says.
EJ's got a lot of hearts, but that's also the problem. He's got a lot of hearts, blocking some of his own outs. JJ does have the nut blocker as well, if hearts were to somehow get there.
Sir, what is your name? Okay, that's
Speaking of hearts getting there, Jack of Hearts in turn makes EJ's flush,
We're on the live stream, he cannot bet anything right now.
and JJ's got the blocker.
What is your nickname? What's your nickname with the live stream? JJ. Okay, JJ. Do you know Brandon?
Bet.
I know Abraham. Okay. Please take care of this guy.
Yeah, Poker Pro Eric mentioned Ivy finally did show up at the WSP today. He had a Fire 1C the main. Funny for a guy who seemed like was bracelet hunting, in so many events.
He hasn't played?
He hasn't played at all. And he finally today was his. I mean, he skipped the high roller, the one drop, all of it, and he's just playing the main,
I wonder what's going on.
just crushing cash games.
Oh, is that what's it?
Just
Guys,
like a cheap drum.
check out that link we just put up in the chat room. You know, we were talking about it the past couple weeks, but there is some proposed legislation that will make it very difficult for card rooms to do business. And we'd appreciate it if you just click on that link, take a moment, takes like 30 seconds, just put your name on it. That'll help protect California card room jobs just by not having the ballot go up for vote.
If you love puppies, click the link.
If you love Jake, click the link.
If you don't like,
should we use that?
if you don't like Jake, click the link. Yeah. If you have any feelings for me one way or the other, click the link.
Yeah, we appreciate everybody's support. You guys, our viewers here at Stones Live have been fantastic in helping out and being a part of this and just helping to preserve what card rooms are in California and how much we contribute to local communities and economy.
It's kind of a big deal.
Just a little bit.
I am Spanish Jim in the chat. Welcome to chat. So that we should say hi, or you tell
Thank
Abe.
you. Yeah, thank you, Spanish Jim.
So that we should tell Abe a happy 30th birthday.
Happy 30th birthday, Abe. Who's Abe? Okay. Happy 30th
Happy
birthday,
30th
Abe.
birthday, Abe.
Well, you want us to sing? Should we sing?
No, I don't sing.
Oh yeah.
I don't sing.
If Veronica was here, she would sing.
Yeah, not enough drinks, not enough karaoke, or to get me to karaoke.
Okay. No means no. That's what he said. No means no.
Everyone has 900,000 shot mini. Not mini.
JJ is going to complete the small blind 874 deuce.
I don't know. My fault. I was outside on the phone for like 8 hours.
Spencer. God bless Spencer. 91033.
God bless Spencer.
And
Hey.
here, Spencer's with
He's a madman.
With his threes, though, he's blocking the nuts right now. Spencer can actually play this hand really aggressively as a bluff.
Yeah, those two were.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, he got away.
What is your?
Oh, that's Abe. Pocket Abe's in the chat. Happy birthday.
Drone? Yeah. Like,
What's up, Pocket Eights? Happy 30th. God, I remember 30. Was so young and naive. Just a spring chicken. Still wet behind the ears.
Raising every action.
That might have been about the age, actually. Believe me, there's a very clear reason I work in the industry.
Yeah, so regardless what kind of game, I tend to like act a little bit, take like 15 seconds of like
camera time.
It's Pocket
Eight.
Eights.
Camera time, right?
Pocket Abe's.
Oh, I
Yeah,
think
that's
so.
Abe. Well, I have somewhat of a speech impediment.
That's it. It's like for
That's
me,
our Abe.
That's our Abe.
My family,
That's who it is.
Yeah.
It's that Abe.
what?
That Abe.
Is it really?
Yeah, he's not in there tonight. It's his birthday.
Wow, I'm like the world's big, like
He is the
I'm a
world's
jerk.
biggest jerk.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Abe. Yeah, he wanted the night off because it was his birthday.
I hope I can offer you a drink, but I'm trying to collect.
I'm a nice boss.
And well,
When's your birthday?
What?
You're working.
When you have the button.
Oh! No matter what, no matter what.
I love the chat.
Quad 2.
Drunk Danny, Queen 3 deuce
Hey, baby,
with a suit.
Nice.
2 bets.
That's the winner. You heard it here first. I'm predicting it.
EJ's gonna call King Jack deuce with a suit. And JJ says kick rocks. I got 3 to a wheel. I'm not going anywhere.
Thank you.
10-5-4 tray with a suit. Spencer calls probably with. He probably didn't even look. 6-5 Jack, 2 hearts. Monster flop for JJ. Got an open-ended straight flush draw. EJ's got a better heart draw, however. Of course, assuming that the deuce or 7 of hearts does not come off. Deuce of hearts is actually being
Well,
blocked
there
in.
is, yeah,
7 of hearts is live.
maybe. Spencer might have it. Gay Corp says Spencer has deuce, 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 deuce.
It should have worked.
Danny calls open-ended.
All right, it's time to get that turn card, and we get a queen of spade peeling off. Doesn't really change the landscape much here, though, for this hand.
Oh, I checked. I forget. I gotta do something first. Four.
The JJ just the beastly draw, but it's like.
Keep betting.
You saying JJ?
Keep betting. Fire, fire, fire.
That's my strategy.
And there it is. JJ makes it. 43 for the nut.
How are we doing, by the way?
And it also is our
It's a
best
scooper.
low.
We could see ourselves today online? I didn't know. What is it? I can't win now. I can't win now.
Thank you.
So
You're open under and
I'm at the Rio yesterday. Walked into the pavilion, the big open room.
Yeah.
And I have to say, maybe not everybody loves this, but for me, there's almost something magical about it. When you have, hell, I don't know how many tables are in there. 600, 700, 800 maybe?
I have no idea.
It's the huge room with the giant, you know, the pavilion. It's like gigantic. There's like multiple sections of just massive amounts of tables.
Yeah.
So you walk into this giant room and it's 1B for the main, so it's just packed. Everything's full, and that sound, everybody, thousands of people shuffling chips,
clattering.
mesmerizing.
Yeah.
I just love it. I walked in, I'm like, there it is. It's almost like when you catch like a smell or something that reminds you of childhood or like takes you back, you know, like you hear those poker chips and it's just, you're like, breathe it in. You know, I just thought there's something magical about being at the WSOP and that
There's that energy,
that
you know,
giant,
buzz to it.
yeah, the just gathering of thousands of poker players there. It's cool. It's really quite an experience. If you've never been, you know,
It's
you
worth
should go.
it.
You should go.
You should go at least once.
Even just to walk through the room and be there, you know, be in the presence of poker greatness. Plus, not to mention, it's like every couple steps, you see people from here. You see so many people you know.
Oh, I know. That's,
It's
yeah.
like making their yearly pilgrimage.
It's definitely a whole other feeling.
All right, back to the action here. We got some fun ones. All the queens are locked up there. Junebug with 2 of them.
Sorry, answer a question. Gate Corpse asked, so on the previous hand, what was the worst low that I would call with there? Probably a smooth 4, so like ace 4 is about as bad as I'm calling off there. I know that might seem a little bit tight, just the way that hand plays out. I just don't and think I'm very. If I'm in position, I can definitely call ace 4. Maybe. Nah, probably ace 4 is about the worst hand I'm going to call there. And that's circumstantial, of course. Player dependent. All the usual excuses.
Flop is 8-7 ace rainbow.
Nut low flop for Brendan with a deuce tray. Backdoor club.
And it looks like are we playing a kill? No, it's a regular.
Half kill.
No, this is a kill pot though.
This is kill pot, yeah.
All right, cool. And we get a jack of spade on the turn. No spade draws actually though, so we still have not hit the low. And
Brendan can now make a high hand as well to go along with his nut low. He can catch a 9 for a straight.
ace jack not now leading with 2 pair was leading previously, but leading even better now. We got a bet and a call. Action is around to EJ, who now has to call 24. And he's going to come along. We're going to see a river 3 ways. 4 of spade. The deuce 3 gets there for the nut low for Brendan. Ace jack will hold. Top 2 for JJ. EJ is just out of luck on this hand. Yes, Poker Pro Eric, half kill is still pretty fat
Yeah,
game.
12-24 is a really good game.
That's no joke.
Yeah, some of the better games I've played, you were like 6-12 with a full kill, and when it plays 12-24. I mean, pots are huge.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember. I have 15 minutes left. 20, 15. I don't know.
Occasionally he gives
Oh,
me
Rick
his
and
headphones.
Barstow is saying the Pavilion, Brasilia, and the Amazon room all have that sound, that nice chip clicking sound.
Yeah.
I don't know, there was just something about walking into the Pavilion, though. It's so open and massive, you know?
You really gives you that perspective of the sheer volume that is the WSOP.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, that feel is like, wow, all these players drawing so dead in there.
Look at all the dead money.
That's how the math guy looks at it, though. That's everyone else. They're there for an experience.
Yeah, a $10,000 experience.
We said when we were buying Jake and we were taking the picture, I was trying to get him to smile. He's got to be tough. He's always got to be so tough.
Right.
And so I go, what I say? Pretend like you're lighting $10,000 on fire right now. I got a couple good smiles on it. And the people walking by were enjoying it too. They're like, yep, that's about right.
about it.
About 90% of people throwing away $10,000.
How are you doing?
It's kind of cool though when the main event registration's going and then you walk in front and you see just Ferrari, Lamborghini, Dodge Viper. It's just people with massive amounts of money. It's sick ass cars.
Oh yeah.
No, non-pot milk, baby. Non-pot
You made it out there, right?
This summer, not this summer. No, I didn't get out there at all. Kind of broke my heart a little bit. Not getting out there after last summer, where I felt I was so close in a couple of really big spots. And had made did very well in cash. I kind of had made a couple of personal goals for myself for this summer that we are just now winding down, and life just didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But life has a way of doing that sometimes.
There's always next year.
Always next year.
I heard they're gonna have it again. Rumor has it.
They might just want to think about making it an annual thing.
Yeah. Eric or Ant Doom is in the chat room. He's asking how Jake did in the main event.
Made it to day 2, yes?
He did make it to day 2. He was up a little bit to about 65,000. He got wrapped up in a hand. He flopped the nut straight, and his opponent ended up making a boat on him. So he's going to day 2. He's got about 8,000 chips left, 8,600. But he's still in it. He's still got a shot. So we're rooting for him. We're going to be following along with him. Back to this hand.
I mean, the crazy thing is that nice, long, slow structure that you get in the main. I'm sure it can be discouraging.
It is, yeah.
Having that short effect. But if you do get fortunate enough to pick up a big turn card, by the way, for Brennan here.
Yeah.
He already had the nut low draw. Now picks up in a nut spade draw, where. If he doesn't have to be over anxious there. He doesn't have to play the hand too crazy. Or if he can manage to get a double up, he can pick and choose and find his spots.
He has time.
Yeah, he has time. Even though he's short, he has time.
Yeah, and I mean, this year they started the main event players with 50,000 chips.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculously deep. But he's basically right now, I think, just looking to pick a spot, get a double up, triple up, get back in the game.
Yeah.
Flipping for 10K.
Flips for chips. Gotta love it.
Yep.
So what is this card, by the way, that you read justify the rate?
Junebug, 5's full.
I'll bring you. Okay.
And Brennan call, yeah, 6 deuce for the low.
Choppy chop.
You still own the dollar, right? Yeah. We see the hand yet? We cannot rewind.
Poker Berg, someone folded deuce 3? No way. No one folded deuce 3.
Remember the 3 high, 3 deuces that raised on me right there.
All right.
Wow.
So thank you again, everyone, for joining us for tonight's broadcast 816 Omaha High-Low. Those chips you're looking at, those peach chips, those are $2 chips. So they still put out 4 and 8 chips. It's also a half kill. Someone scoops a $120 pot or more. We're going to play a hand of 1224. And the 1224 hands have been pretty fun.
Yeah, they are.
I think I just made a list.
EJ, 8763, 2 bets. JJ, King 10, 6, 7 double suited will not play.
So I'm looking at these hands. I'm like, I wouldn't fold any of these. Not even Spencer's, and I have no clue what he has.
Possibilities are endless.
Well, we just found a player. Look at Danny here. How this guy roll, you know, he's
10-3-9, couple of clubs. Brendan's got the 5-4 of clubs. Junebug though,
Oh yeah,
he's
the big
all
club
over
draw.
him. Open and straight draw and the better club draw.
And Spencer with the nut club draw. Probably.
Probably.
One day when I grow up, I want to be able to play poker like Spencer.
Speed is super one school. Brendan now makes a straight to go along with his club draw. And it's Junebug betting out with a bigger straight and the double flush draw. Monster for Junebug. Jack of diamonds gets there, and Junebug makes his king high flush.
Wow.
Straight and the double flush
Crazy
draw.
is that? And the thing is, clubs flop the flush draw, and then diamonds go runner, runner.
And Junebug got all of it.
Junebug just picked the right seat, I think. It's Hey, Aunt Doom was asking, he says, what's the average buy-in for a game like this? And I think that's a better question for you. This is more up your alley.
Yeah, I think probably like 600. Probably pretty
600's legit.
pretty standard. Yeah, you can definitely buy in deeper, but I mean, if you're playing less than that, you might be playing a little bit short. But it's
Is there like a general rule? Like, how do you figure out what you should be buying in for? So
like 30 big bets.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's legit.
Yeah, so you can even come in like, you know, I mean, that's, I think, how much you want it, you know, what. Yeah, so 400 is probably fine. But I think you probably, I mean, you're not having to reload or top off all the time, you know. You can buy, you know, I think, 5 or 6. Seems pretty standard.
No vote to China.
Man, what is it? It's like the Mel Gibson and Danny Glover days, and Lethal Weapon came from the bloody boat.
That's right.
I like this guy. No, what's a long problem?
Action on EJ. He's gonna open up for 2 bets.
5,
And JJ picking up
6.5 players.
ace 9 7 makes it 3 bets, and Spencer's gonna cold call 3 bets because he's Spencer. No, Spencer's gonna 4 bet.
Oh, did he?
Spencer 4 bets.
Wow.
Spencer for Prez.
Spencer beast mode.
Why not?
That's the best.
He's the
Angle I've ever
around. Spencer putting in the cold 4 bet. Now, this street we're still capped at 4 raises, or I'm sorry, 3. Yeah, 3 raises. Heads up, we're uncapped, correct?
If the
If the
hand
street,
begins,
if that
heads up. Yeah,
street starts, heads up.
that's
yeah.
correct.
And JJ playing the junky aces. Well, he did have 2 days. Flops. Forget aces. He got 9-7.
Oh, even better. And we can't see EJ or Spencer's hand on this one, but the low is out there. Ace deuce would be nut. Rainbow board though, so 7-9's got to feel pretty comfortable. But again, this is Omaha. You can't really feel pretty comfortable at any time.
Nothing's ever safe.
Yeah.
So JJ led into Spencer, and Spencer made it 2 bets to go on the flop, and he's just gonna call. JJ does have to worry that there already is a low out there.
Ooh, that would be a sick card for the nut low though. Not knowing what Spencer has. Looks like he's just calling here.
Won the final table in
All right, JJ opening up his
So-
7-9.
And Spencer's got half. Got half. Spencer has a
If
low.
he can be an ace-7 low, he does. I'm not seeing his cards though. Let's see where the dealer pushes the chips.
It's
Yep.
gonna.
That's a scooper.
Scooper. Scooper for JJ.
All right, so we're gonna kill it. This next hand coming out 12-24. It's a half kill pot, an 8-16 game. We're playing 12-24 Omaha 8.
We got celebrity right here.
I am the Chew. Welcome back. Quads. Brian dealing. We were talking about playing the employee tournament last night. Brian was at my table. So much fun last night. I don't know how I made it home safely. Lyft.
Thank you,
Or
Lyft.
Uber. It was Uber. Yes.
They're both good.
Yeah.
As long as you're not driving drunk.
Absolutely. Kate Corpse says he must say Trip Kings. Trip King's definitely a possibility there.
We're running now.
It's just not good.
We're running now like 3 hours, 2
So 12:24. JJ posts at 12.
I didn't try to, but I still get to go first. I got the lunch.
That was too bad.
And Spencer goes right back to work. More bets.
He doesn't seem to be scared.
If there's one man that is not running on scared money, that is Spencer. Spencer was probably like running triple barrel bluffs with his lunch money like when he was in like grade school. I'll bet you all my peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. I was trying trading. It wasn't working out. But you know, I had healthy stuff in my lunch. No one wanted it.
Blunt force trauma at all times.
JJ flopping open-ended. Paired board with 6-6-7 rainbow. Drunk Danny with that backdoor flush draw. And I love the
Absolute
situation
walker.
where when you're looking at the lows and you're drawing to a low, but you have 3 cards on the bottom end there. So even if you got
Or even better in
copied
this
on
case,
one,
4. I mean,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
has
you're
the
really
absolute
good.
locker. Uncounterfeitable. Assuming, of course, that he would get, he has to get there first.
that is a thing.
Getting
Yeah.
there can be hard. Now, Danny does pick up diamonds here on the turn. And on 7-7-6-6, you know, once again, it's not hold'em, so you don't have to be as worried about boats here as often. Someone's got to specifically have 7-6 or quads. And Danny raises here, and I love it. It's an excellent raise by Danny. And Spencer played right back at him.
Re-raise.
Danny's gonna call.
Okay, so we are uncapped on this river and not the river Danny was hoping for. It does not make any of his lows. It misses his flush. He doesn't even have a pair at this point. Brutal.
That's right.
That is pretty brutal. Not knowing what Spencer has here though, but I'm gonna say he
Spencer
most
puts out a
likely,
bet.
most likely has the winner.
Of course, Danny can never call.
What a hand. Spencer coming to the table, gonna dominate.
Poker Perk, are you really asking that question? I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not. There'll be results oriented, Eric. Because, like you said, it's a great raise by Danny because he's only really beat by 6-7, or that's the only hand that you really think is going to continue there. I mean, it's basically 6-7 or quads, and 6 and 7 on the board are blocking all of it.
I wonder, by the way.
If it helps your argument, I thought it was a good play too.
It's a great raise. And it can't be results rating. You lost the entire pot. Mind we couldn't see Spencer's cards. Spencer's just getting like super sticky there with kings. Then so be it.
You don't think you entertain my question? Let me know.
You're not. That's just it, Eric. You're not raising because yes, you're only gonna get half a pot if you hit, but you're also can get Spencer to fold. You can get better to fold in this game.
Not Spencer.
I said
Can't get Spencer to fold. They're being player specific. That's a good
player
trait.
specific.
That's a good trait for poker players because you're not just playing your cards, you're playing your opponent.
I am the 2 brings like a point, switch to PLA, name I have every chip in this game. Like I said, in PLA, that same if Danny goes pot there, Spencer doesn't have to call one bet, he's got to call a pot size raise. It's a much different spot to be in, and then that takes down the pot a huge percentage of the time. Huge percentage of the time. I mean, your opponent's can only continue with boats or quads, which is so hard to have. It's hard to have because it's hard to have quads, and the other
Unless you're June.
And then unless you're June, and then 6-7, it's hard for someone to have 6-7 because all the 6s and 7s are out there always.
Right.
It's a great race. And I said, and if it's PLA, I agree. Danny's probably going to pot and just take down the hand right there.
I agreed with you already. I feel like you're trying to convince me.
Just listen to me. Okay, so here's what happens:
it's Poker Pro Eric. He doesn't agree with you.
Whiteboard here, like draw on the wall. Like, look, here's what happened.
There's a reason there's no whiteboard there. We know you'd be drawing out hands on it.
Yeah, the original booth design included a whiteboard. Like, no.
Jake's one of our commentators. It's not going to happen. Plus, who knows what Veronica will draw?
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we both went there with that one.
Oh God.
So these games, they go on after the stream, so if you're just now tuning in, this is live right here at Stone's Gambling. If you're in the area, Citrus Heights, Northern Sacramento area, you can put your name on the list, come down, join this game. It's been great action so far. We've already had a couple seats get out of the game, and so come join us, be a part of it.
I am the two asks who's the most impressive player so far has been in our opinion. From what we've seen, I'm not just not just because of what we just saw there, but I actually like the way that Danny's played a lot.
Yes, take a second. Just put our Twitter handles in there for myself and Jake. Follow us on Twitter. We post a lot of stuff on there too. Keep you updated on the stream and stuff like that. So if you're on Twitter, make sure you do that. Also follow at Stones Live Poker. Get updates on all of our live stream games. And don't forget, 5/10 this Wednesday at 7 and sometime Sunday evening, Western Senior Poker Series final table. Find out who the seniors champ for Stones is going to be this time around.
Oh, good. It was a test, and we got it right. I am the Chew.
Wow. That's awesome.
Fishing for compliments for your buddy. I love it. It's like, what was you remember the cartoons where there was like the bulldog and like the little dog, and like he was like, yeah, Spike, what are we gonna do, Spike? You know what I'm talking about?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I am the Chew and Danny. It's like Danny's the best.
You have fans. That's really what it comes down to. It's the fan club. They got to needle you a little.
Yeah.
All right, 4 ways to the flop, and we have an ace, a jack, and can't see what that last card is.
Ace Jack 8.
Ace Jack 8. A couple diamonds, and a drunk Danny with the diamond draw. Hollywood's got a deuce 4, potential for a low if it gets there. 10 on the turn.
Makes top or
Pairs them up.
2 pair for Hollywood to go along with his low draw.
Danny's still in great shape with that diamond draw though, but his king's no good to Hollywood's ace. And again, JJ, the mystery hand. Diamonds get there.
Drunk Danny for
Drunk
the world.
Danny.
Hollywood makes his low. Now we know Drunk Danny's gonna raise. Question is, will Hollywood fold his deuce 4 for one more bet? I don't see how he can. Specifically because Danny's gonna be raising with a lot of flushes. And with action behind him, I don't think he'd be raising less frequently with deuce 3.
Poker Pro Eric said 6,337 entries in the main event. Biggest field in 5 years.
Awesome. It's good to hear.
Poker is not dead.
What do you got? My style low. Okay, let's jump.
Pull your bets back.
Do you hear an Uber driver from Colorado won the Colossus?
Finally, I found his card. And I was
Really?
like,
That's what my Lyft driver was telling me. I haven't verified it. The Lyft driver said it though.
I'm trying to remember the guy that won the Colossus. Yeah, he is an Uber driver. Wow. I know that I saw the guy that won the Monster Stack was a teacher from Arizona. I saw that. The guy that won the Monster for 1.1 million.
Ant Doom Poker is it's not back. It never went anywhere. It's been here.
oh my God. It's been like, we started 6.5, right? We're talking about 3 hours.
That's really encouraging though to hear that. I mean, that the turnout, was up.
There's a lot of people there, which it sucks when you have to go to the bathroom. It's the only time where the roles get reversed. Like the guy's line is like monstrous. Like you might as well just get a cup or something and go outside. Not recommended officially.
What
by
I've
the way.
learned is on breaks is you just keep walking. You just walk as far as you can until you get to a bathroom that has no line or, I mean, yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, there's tons in there.
You got time to walk and you can use the exercise.
But it's like the same here. When we go on a tournament break and there's a line for the men's with the women's, just boom, in and out, no problem. And so it's usually the opposite everywhere,
Yeah.
The line in the women's, but in the poker world, we got to reverse it.
Because of the nickname, you became popular, and amongst the fans, and viral. You're a celebrity now. How to live up to that name? Welcome to the world of celebrity. I would like to go away.
So I am the choose to tell the story about the guy that won the Colossus. He was a broke poker player. So he's a poker player that went bust and was driving Uber to pay the bills. Hey, and then so yeah, so he was I mean obviously he's a poker player, but like he was a poker junkie too.
So how long do you think that that cash out will last him?
There's probably a lot of people. I mean, I don't know the guy, but there's probably a lot of people who are thinking like, yes, at least he wants the money can be put back into circulation.
Maybe he can still work for Uber a couple nights a week too.
I got the jar, I got the 5, and I got the light 8. All right. I got a bit 3-4. Let's go with the
And drunk Danny taking out another pot.
I know what you got, sir. I know what's
So I've never seen Drunk Danny before.
I played with him in a couple of other card rooms around town.
Okay.
Yeah.
He contacted me from my online information, wanted to get in the game. Like,
There we go.
come on down.
Do a round of straddle. Come on.
Let's do it. Can we, you can always straddle.
To put it out there instead. I cannot do straddle. I am retired.
Hollywood is uncomfortable. Whenever I need Hollywood. You want to Hollywood?
I haven't looked yet. Can I do that?
Straddle free since 2003. I mean, you could.
Well, what are you doing?
Someone raises it.
I like it.
Drunk Danny under the gun. 7 trade deuce deuce.
Finding a word to politically correct the rhymes.
But pretend.
I have 50%.
I thought he was going to play it.
He wanted to.
Just say like a lot of times Omaha games seem to move a lot slower than Hold'em games, but this one seems to have a pretty good pace to it. It's almost just got this like smooth rhythm,
Yeah.
And it's not a lot of acting, it seems like in Omaha, like there is Hold'em. Like they just kind of play their hand.
Yeah.
You don't have that like kind of like, oh, I'm gonna pretend like 60 seconds that I'm thinking about it to make you think blah 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 whatever. Like you don't see that Hollywooding, Or am I wrong? Do you? Do you see the Hollywood in a lot?
Hollywood?
Well,
It's all Hollywood. That's like Hollywood.
I have
That's
seen Hollywood
Square.
like in Survivor Event 10, where he was making a very long time to make decisions. But tonight,
But actually, he
not
wasn't.
so
I don't
much,
think he was
right?
Hollywooding there. He was actually. I mean, because you actually saw him like make a couple of like huge laydowns.
He did. He did
So,
have.
he wasn't
huge
like
plays.
really like Hollywood.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, look at the difference. though. That was Hold'em.
Yeah.
This is Omaha, and tonight he's fast. It's
quicker.
like. But I mean, it's also limit. It's if it was PLO, maybe you'd see some more time taken to make decisions.
Which is funny because in this game theory, there's a lot more complex decisions, and yet it plays. Like I said,
But they can't
quicker.
force you to put in like a huge bet, is what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
when it comes down to it, I know you're supposed to be calculating percentages and your probabilities, but when it comes down to it, it's $18, or $9. Like Is that life-changing money to any of these guys?
So
I know I'm like
no, but it's
tilting you right now
no,
because
it's funny
you're a
because-
math guy. But
Well, it was funny, like, you know, and I mean, probably why I was tilting some people, like you mentioned, playing that 100K promo that the house put on here.
Okay.
That's playing, and there were rivers where I tanked for $6. people like drop it like it's $6. And I'm just trying to extract like, but you know, thinking that okay, well then it's all about saving that one extra bet or making that one extra bet.
Well, so you don't.
And that's the difference there. And
you
so
don't
I
think
was
like that, which is good. That's what makes you a winning poker player. But
it also pisses off some other poker players,
especially when it's for $6, because they're like,
Well, no,
come on,
well,
it's $6.
Or like I said, or in any state, it's one bet.
I called the
It's just one bet, and I'm the guy
And
who's
you're
like,
just thinking about the one bet.
I'm thinking
I mean,
about one bet.
you're trying to play. You're trying to play perfect. You're trying to play a perfect game. So it doesn't matter if it's small stakes, big stakes. Like you're still thinking it.
Yeah, and I'm still overthinking it.
That's really respectable, though. I think because you're bringing the same game to high limits to low limits. You're playing a consistent game. I think overall that.
Oh yeah, no, you should see me throw a tantrum of play chips.
Even with play chips, oh, I believe he's on Zynga. He's like tanky.
That's
they're
what I
timing him out.
don't know what it was.
Oh, you're trying, yeah.
Yeah.
I love Zynga. It's the only place I can win.
JJ, why you went so from the gentleman to your leg after rewearing the full house?
Well, it wasn't the nut full house.
Oh, come on, JJ. You really know him, man.
I Am the Chew says, think long, think wrong. Is that a thing?
That is a thing. Most players, I mean, your knee-jerk reaction, gut instinct is usually right oftentimes.
Really?
Yeah. Players that, because oftentimes what players do when they're thinking long about it, it's where they think they should make a fold and they don't, and they're thinking they're focused on the strength of their hand, and they're trying to find an excuse and a reason to call.
Okay.
And so they're like, okay, well maybe he could have this, maybe he could have that. Okay. Oh well, I guess I just call. But they'll think about it further.
Yeah.
When in actuality, generally, players are repping exactly what they have, and most players play very, very face up. And so when player, when the flush card gets there, the guy who's been check calls, check calls, and then jams.
Yeah.
When the card gets there, he's probably got.
No, and that's I have heard that before about, especially like Omaha, that most bets mean what they're representing.
Yeah. Omaha, hold them, all of it.
Hit me hard.
Yeah. But I will level myself into
I believe that. Okay, 3 king and a 9, 2 hearts out on the board. Spencer's got a heart draw to go along with pocket queens. Brendan with aces, I believe, might be in. Oh, there's more going on here. I'm trying to figure out who's in the lead. We got a lot of hands in place. This is a family pot. It is. Eight players to the flop. All right, Spencer's gonna bet. The whole table was checking, and Spencer said no.
No.
We're not checking.
Build a pot.
Yeah, I really need help because this is going to make it like 4 players. And we can
All right, now we lost half of our players. We get a turn card, and we are looking at a queen.
A lot of queens for Spencer.
Spencer, who raises with a flush draw and a pocket pair, now has top set, or almost top set. And what can I say? Spencer is a god among men.
Yeah. I mean, the deck doesn't lie. Brendan getting awfully sticky with the aces.
Well, he probably already knows he's going to river an ace. Low possibilities are gone. Flushes can still come.
Hollywood,
but
Queen
that's
10, 6,
Spencer.
6. Overcalls. 10 on the river. Hollywood makes 2 pair. It's no good. Spencer's still betting his trip queens.
That is a scary river. I think.
No, Spencer makes a straight.
Yeah, he's got a
queen,
straight.
Queen jack for the straight. Sorry.
Poker Pro Eric, he says that Ace is such trash in Omaha. I've got news for you. It's trash in Hold'em too.
Dr. Flush, welcome to the chat box. Good to have you. And Hollywood called 2 pair.
He didn't believe him. He didn't think that anything was made over there in Spencer's hand, but he's seeing it now. That Spencer just had the world that whole hand. Flopping flush draws, turning his set, river straight. It's only get better and better.
Spencer for Prez.
Yes, my vote.
Yeah, folding aces in Omaha, it's just like you have to get accustomed to that. Unimproved aces are generally junk without flopping some other, additional equity in the hand.
This is Stone's Live Poker coming to you on our Twitch channel with the 816 Omaha High-Low. It is an 8-handed game. Deej will be returning next month to do the regular PLO, possibly a PLO 8 stream. We're looking into that. And keep on the lookout the next couple weeks. We might have a special thing featuring Deej and some other special guests. I don't want to give too much away, but Jake's getting excited about it.
I'm just like trying to think of all the possibilities.
You know what it is. You know what it is.
I have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, I thought so. We're telling secrets. Sorry, guys. You're not in the know.
I'm gonna. I'll probably cross pushing people in that game. Jack 9-10.
That game's just going to be a disaster.
If it goes, it's nuts. JJ flops the wrong into the straight, but as far as we can see right now, it is good. Danny's got spades, and there will be no low in this hand.
It looks like Danny got out of there.
Can't see EJ's cards, but he's not going anywhere.
We are playing in a half kill pot right now, so this is $24 betting rounds. Check and no check.
Why would you fold?
One last $24 bet. JJ's gonna call, and we got a showdown. Let's see what he's been hanging out with all this time. I didn't get to see the hand, did you?
Queen 8. Queen 8.
It looks like it is Queen 8. It had to be because he pulled down the last 2 cards. Just got the 3
they're
flop
pushing
cards.
it to JJ.
Oh, yeah, so it's 7-8.
7-8's good.
7-8 is good.
Poker Eric says special guest Fedora Holtz lookalike Kyle G. I can see where someone like Fedora Holtz. He young super crusher. He won the big 1-for-1 drop just now for his first bracelet, but high stakes monster.
Nice.
And at a whole, I think he might be 22, 23 years old. Young kid. Just took down the big 1-for-1 drop. I mean,
Nice.
Guy's super beast.
Wow.
Super beast. And last year's main had heaps of chips too, and got involved in a pot that a lot of players like to analyze and break down. He bluffed it off. The player called him down technically correct with ace king, but it was probably the way the hand played out in the 3-bet pot and the vortex texture. in the long run, Ace King was probably a pretty bad call, the way the guy called it, and it crippled Fedor. Otherwise, I mean, we might have been talking about him as our main event champion from last year.
Oh, really?
Kid's a monster. Absolute monster. Yeah, 22 years old. He's the biggest money winner the last 2 years.
Wow.
22 years old.
Still kill.
No, the kill still skill. Yeah. It didn't break. Because he raised it, yeah. I can't remember. No. It stays the same because it
Because I raised.
Yeah.
So like, it's never gonna happen, but like, you raised and fold it.
the blind, it will reset. But now you still have the crown.
Some of the names.
Still the king.
Right?
Oh, our chat room comes up with the most creative names.
Yeah, Gate Corpse was the hand I'm talking about.
Oh, sure.
Someone asked what JJ bought in for. Not as much as he has in front of him. JJ's definitely up.
The way he came in for like 6, right? 6 or 7? Weren't we counting his
No,
chips when he sat down?
No, he bought it for like over a grand.
Oh, he did?
He bought it pretty deep. But he's also up quite a bit right now as well.
Nice.
Oh, my bad. I was thinking. Sorry, sir. My first day today. Forgive me. The next time I know how much.
And looks like we're gonna get a 3-bet from Danny here.
Okay, we are 3
Oh,
players.
you're the best position.
Danny, very aggressive game. I like his game a lot.
I'm sorry, no, it's just 2 bets. It was a straddle pot, or not straddle pot. Sorry,
Okay.
a half kill.
Still, I'm not taking it back. He's aggressive and it's great.
All right,
10-10 deuce. And Hollywood's gonna lead right into it.
yeah, go ahead.
King on the turn brings a heart draw. JJ stuck around. Picks up some equity here. Both Hollywood and Danny also add inside straight draws to Broadway.
And the low possibility is gone.
Danny's gonna barrel the queens. And Hollywood points right out of button, says, I know what you're doing, it's just a positional bet.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have much to draw with anyways, and little does he know, even if he did hit his queen, his opponent fills up, so.
Yeah.
Wait, don't forget, if you have not clicked that little heart button in the bottom left corner of the screen, go ahead and do that now. That will get you a little message anytime we go live, so that you never have to miss an episode. Especially like sometimes like this Sunday, we don't know exactly when we're going live because we're waiting to hit the final table for the WSPS. So it'll be sometime probably between 7 and 9 o'clock. But you just get a little email or text message, I think whatever you choose, and you'll always know. You never have to miss.
I'm star for life.
All right, so we're about to see our final hand for the evening right now. We want to thank everyone again for joining us here, and hopefully you enjoyed this game. Great game. It's going on right now here at Stone's Gambling Hall in Citrus Heights. Get your name on the list. Get down here. This will probably be going all evening. The jackpot's doubled till midnight, right? Midnight. And high hands as well. It's a lot of fun.
So Spencer puts in a live straddle, and Brennan wakes up ace deuce 5 effectively under the gun +1 officially,
Yeah.
and puts in a 3-bet, or puts in a raise.
Jack 8-6 a rainbow. A lot of rainbow boards in tonight's game.
JJ,
Brandon,
Jackson 6s.
oh yeah, hits the 2 pair with his all spade hand.
7 on the turn. And JJ's still barreling. I love it.
Yeah, that's the beauty when you put the number player on tilt.
Hands up.
And the only way to beat you
Actually, it was JJ who called Brandon.
Oh, we're heads up on the river. That's the final card. With the board pairing, that's pretty gross.
And
'Cause
Brandon's-
now aces take the lead.
Brandon's sticky aces.
It's two pairs. Sticky aces are the winner, aces and sevens, as opposed to his opponent's jacks and sixes, which just got counterfeited.
And JJ's looking like, oh,
man.
why?
So brutal.
And he's got no low. Brandon locking down the low with a 52 low. And aces for high.
Yeah, he's gonna show and let it go.
And Brandon
Man.
getting sticky with the aces is going to get paid off. I love Omaha.
What a hand.
What a mess.
Hey, you know what? This is a fun game. And I know it's a different pace than Hold'em, so Hold'em has that like kind of excitement and you get that instant gratification. This is more of, it's got more of a flow to it.
It does have more of a flow. I think you find non-Hold'em variants more sociable as well. And
Yeah.
a lot more fun to play. And,
Variants.
Yeah, variants.
That was my word of the night. I figured I just research some Omaha words and I can hang. I figure you did a great job, by the way. Love your hand analysis for Omaha. You and Val Cross definitely top for that.
Still working out some stuff, but a lot of fun.
Also, want to thank the production team. Omaha is by far the most
It's a lot of work.
For production value, getting the hands to read.
Stack sizes correct, stuff. It's a lot of work for those guys back there.
And so they did great. We had tonight back there, we had Kenny and Andrew and Bob. Just a three-man team, and they held it down. Everything looked great. Almost all the hands registering almost all the time. So great team, fun show. Thank you everyone in the chat room for your participation and questions.
Awesome.
We appreciate it.
5:10 this Wednesday.
Yep, get in the game. Make sure you're reaching out. Contact us. I've got a few seats left, and they've been crazy. I think it's you and Justin Kelly coming back. So there you go. The dream team will be here. And once again, thanks again for joining us for 816 Omaha 08 Stones Live Poker.
Good night,
Peace
guys.
out. Don't leave me hanging on camera. Okay. Bye, guys.